Welcome to Cranky Live, the show where bold minds meet real talk. This isn't your average sports or news show. It's where we break down sports, culture, and controversy with facts, fire, and fearless honesty. Here, truth cuts through the noise and hype gets exposed. From football to track and field, from world issues to local debates, we ask the tough questions, speak without fear, and go deeper than the headlines. We don't follow the crowd, we set the trend. While others recycle the same tired takes, we bring fresh insight, unfiltered analysis, and bold perspectives. No echo chambers, no puppet talk, just real conversations for people who think for themselves. Listen with your brain, not just your ears. Think critically, question boldly, and speak freely. This is Cranky Live, where reason rules the mic and truth always win. Come on, let's get into it. Good night, good night, good night, good night, good night. Bless up, everybody. Thanks for joining the Cranky Live show. Who we have in the chat? We're going to serve noon. Before we start talk, we're going to serve noon. I have enough to talk about this evening. We're going to serve noon, people. I try to link somebody here. Make yourself known. Make yourself known. Who we have in the chat? I saw One Love was here. And One Love said, Cranky, stop stressing over Jamaica. No World Cup for them. It's never over until the fat lady sings, and fat lady hasn't sing yet. So I won't say no World Cup for Jamaica. I would say the odds are not in our favor at all. We haven't done enough to get to the promised land, but we'll see what happens. Good football today. Arsenal against Chelsea in the Carabao Cup. Man City played yesterday. They beat Newcastle 2-0. As you know, last year, Newcastle beat Arsenal in the semi-final over 2 legs. This year they play Man City, who beat them at their home, so they got to go to Man City to play. And also Arsenal beat Chelsea at their home, winning by 3-2 not too long ago. So they have to go to Arsenal and play. So we may have a Man City Arsenal final, but I'm sure Chelsea and Newcastle fans still have hope, even though those odds are less than they were previously. And the Premier League is going well. Arsenal is still up by 6 points, but Man City has restocked, and defensively they're challenged. Offensively, they're in a really good place between Doku and Haaland and Semenyo and Savinho and all the players that they have. Tons of offensive players, but they can't defend themselves. So we'll see what happens. And then we come to so my Arsenal team is doing well. We have competition to win the championship, but we didn't come here to talk about English football tonight. We're going to talk Jamaica football. And as some of you may know, I actually was on Maverick's show this morning because I've been trying to call into his show because, you know, when you get information from people about things that are happening and you want to provide your perspective, but it's hard to get through because it's always a busy line. But now that they're using they have problems with their line, so they're using the WhatsApp line. It's maybe a little bit easier. Good night, DC. Thanks. We're gonna have a spicy discussion. Bless up, Leon Griffiths. Yeah, Leon. So let me just put up the comments them right here. This was One Love. This was DC. Bless up, DC. Thanks for being here, regular visitor. And this is Leon Griffith says, "Bless up, Cranky. I love the conversation with you and Maverick today. Very interesting discussion on Reggae Boys." Yeah, I think Maverick got a little perturbed because I said the Jamaica media has not held JFF accountable. And because he's part of the media, he thinks he has, but he hasn't. I don't think that's debatable, actually, in terms of whether or not they've been held accountable. And we'll get into some of that in this discussion this evening. But as you see from the thumbnail, Paul Watkins, we can start planning for 2030. Paul, the way it look, Paul, it doesn't matter what we plan for. And we're going to go through this in detail, people. First thing I'm going to do is bless up Michael Roberts. I think Rudolph Speid had an interview at FIFA, it appears, and somebody sent it to me. I wasn't realizing it. And it's part of the holistic discussion we're going to have tonight. It's a subset of the whole discussion, but I may go through it in detail. And I started reading it and realized I'm getting myself in trouble. Because even I criticize myself, I'm being pedantic in terms of, meaning I'm being picky in terms of what I read and how I decipher it. But I'm going to be pedantic tonight because I think it's needed. I'll be picky tonight. We'll go through certain stuff. But I have a whole script I want to talk about, which is a repeat of some things I've said in the past. I'm just putting them all together. I'm collating all of them. Money says, we're getting some better players or what? Not impressed with the list aside from Mason Clark. You're not impressed with where's the kid from who playing in Syria? I don't know why. Davis. You're not impressed by Davis? His name is escaping me now. Bless up J Money. You're not impressed by Davis? Keenan Davis, who used to play at Aston Villa, now playing in Syria, and he's scoring goals. Mason Clark is a good player playing for Coventry. You know, part of my discussion with Maverick today, people, was this. Maverick actually believed that he follows Jamaica football. Thanks, J Money. If you go on, if you have, I don't use Android. So if you go on the Apple Store, if you download Hits 92 FM, so HITZ 92 FM, when you go into the app, you can click on where they have had past shows and you can listen to it. He gave me about 20 minutes. Pedantic just means picky, people. You know, attention to, you know, you pick up a really good detail, things that are minute. When people say picky at Jamaica, that means every little thing you focus on versus the big picture. Think about it that way. And he gave me time today because I was communicating with him about trying to come on his program and providing my perspective and view. And I was trying to call him to the show and couldn't get through people. I must have called the show, but I'm not going to tell how much time I call it. Too much time, too many. I mean, I get vexed because, you know, I may have my views. I don't want to talk about things. I want to talk about it. I don't want to delay. And bless up Kyle Wallace, hard to get through. But I called this morning, first caller. I didn't go on. So I called this morning and I got through and he allowed me to speak. And I had a whole, I want to talk about the JFF just holistically. So when we do a show tonight, I may never get to talk about it the way I wanted to. So at the end of the day, I said, I'm going to follow the discussion direction he was going in. And we had that dialogue. So I haven't played it back and listened to it because I don't know how I sound on radio. No, I sound on YouTube. I haven't played it back and listened to it. Probably do so tomorrow morning. But I want to impart to him that the core of the conversation, the theme of the conversation was about the JFF. And that I think people who are focused on the symptoms, players, coaches, are missing the big picture. And he was trying to make the case that, which we have all made, that regardless of the coach, we still should make it because the players are better. And some of the players weren't good enough. It's a fact. Max Aaron doesn't have his papers yet. Keenan Davis doesn't have his papers yet. Mason Clark doesn't have his papers yet. I was told one of the three, and I'm going to mention who is probably close and is easiest. Max has been in the pipeline. You hear me talking about Max from the summer. Because Max played for Rangers, people, I didn't put this in the list, but if you come in the show and you like what the host has said, then just hit the like button, people. Come on, just a little bit better, man. You know, I've been crying about the likes for a while. My channel grow without some money in the line. But there was 7,000 something on that grow. I try to get 10,000 by end of February. That's my goal. Anyway, I digress. So Max Aaron has been in the pipeline since the summer. Cameron Archer been in the pipeline since the summer. So was Rico Henry, who got his papers before the last window. They didn't call him. Because the previous window, he had his papers, they didn't call him. Right? So that's interesting. Obviously, Greenwood got his papers and he didn't come. So in essence, if we can get some fresh blood in, and I just see on the list, so me not understand something, you know. Me confused. But me go through the detail I want to discuss tonight. But this is just the opening. What I don't understand is this, is that Ravel got little or no call. Somebody just text me and said, did I disable their comment? No, people. Cranky don't do them thing there. The only person I blocked from my channel was the guy from Westmoreland. I remember my name. Presser. Yeah, I'm the one person blocked from my channel. I don't block nobody else. Even when some of the football guru are going in nonsense, I still allow him to come through. But Presser was telling people about their mom and all that, and that we can't have them think that. Disrespectful. But I don't block other people. So if you think I did not disable your comment, people, I didn't do that. I know what happened. So if you can't comment, that's not a good thing. That means you need to subscribe again, because that means you don't subscribe. That's what it says. Only subscribers can comment. Say Andre Brooks need a call. Okay. A lot of people need call. From Sheffield. Look, I think Rudolph is trying to get the list of players, but it begs the question. We go through other people, because all those things, inform the conversation. All those things about who deserve a call and who don't deserve a call and blah, blah, blah. All that inform the conversation. We'll talk about, let me start talking about what we'll talk about. Before we jump into the conversation, though, I want to go through something. You put it up. I want to go through something. And boy, I start to feel hungry. I should dinner before I come on pan. It's saying that subscribers only. That means you gotta resubscribe. So unsubscribe and resubscribe. Unsubscribe and resubscribe, because if that's the case, that means you're not subscriber. Something happened. Maybe somebody in your host unsubscribed here. So Rudolph Speid gave an interview at FIFA. I'm gonna go to the interview first before we go into, which is gonna inform my conversation before we go into what we want to talk about tonight. You saw the thumbnail, said change. We have to have change, people. We can't continue down this road. And I hear Maverick said this, so I call it Maverick tonight, that we can't control the JFF. JFF is on a FIFA auspices, and they function in their own world. They have an electoral process, but as I've said to people, when the big six teams in England and Juventus, and I think PSG was part of it, but they tried to pull themselves early, Real Madrid, Barcelona was trying to form their Super League. You know who stopped them? Because they own them team, Nobody can tell them for dinner. You know who stopped them? The fans stopped them, and the media stopped them. The media and fans were in some uproar that them get cold feet and pull out do it. But they're American owners, and nobody can tell American owners what to do. Most of them are American owners, apart from in England anyway. Chelsea was American owners, Arsenal American owners, Man U American owners, Liverpool American owners. American own the top team in the EPL, most of them. I mean, Tottenham is not. But then pull out, because them couldn't take the pressure. Because when you love the football and you respond with such venom, owners get nervous. Because fans and media say, hell no, it can't happen. The JFF not feeling no pressure. Owner not pressure them. A few YouTubers are pressure them. The man of Jamaica, that's what I talked about, that the media. But we'll talk about that. But let me just do this. Let me go through the Rudolph Speid interview that he had with FIFA, decipher it, then go into what I want to talk about tonight. The JFF. What I'm doing, and how them for change. So this is, I don't know if you can see this, but this is interview with FIFA. You can see it's a FIFA site. Now I make it up. It's a FIFA, Speid, I'm the right man for Jamaica. That's confidence in the people when you say you're the right man. And Rudolph not gonna like me saying anything, but Rudolph, you're the right man, and we don't make work up automatically. And I run things. You understand that? Hit the like button, people. Hit the like button. Don't come in the chat and don't hit the like button. You're disrespecting the host. So let's go through the interview. The first question. So it started by saying Speid is the interim head of the coach of the Jamaica national team. Well, no, it started by the heading, which says, I am the right man for the job. And then the subset is, or the subtitle is, the bottom line for the former corporate accountant is simple. With 2 matches to qualify Jamaica for the FIFA World Cup 2026. Speid is the interim head of the Jamaica national team. It leads in the Reggae Boys take on New Caledonia in FIFA playoff tournament. If they win that game, they'll play DR Congo. And it says he's eager, by the way, bless up Michael Thomas, he's eager to guide the Caribbean side to their first World Cup since 1998, 27 years ago. Longer, 97 we qualified, don't it? And it says, accounting is a field that requires incredible discipline, attention to detail. I can second that. One must be meticulous, which means attention to detail, so they repeat themselves, and patient, while able to articulate in layman's terms the results of their findings. Well, it depends. Accounting is like a doctor in a summary case, Findings are what auditors do as accountants, not corporate accountants like Speid. They prepare the books and records, or somebody prepare for them. They look at it and provide the management with the results and the outcome and what happened. So findings in the wrong term. That's why I'm saying I'm being pedantic. Findings in the wrong term. It's not findings. Auditors do investigation or audits and findings. That's not what corporate accountants do. But anyway, I'm being pedantic. I said it before. It is a subject that always appealed to Rudolph Speid, who flourished as a financial controller in the corporate world. So how did this number crunching spreadsheet savant, boy, I tell you, ratted, suddenly become savant, that's what people want to say, suddenly become tasks while trying to guide Jamaica to their finest footballing moment since 1998. Such a beautiful opening. Bestowing all these laudatory comments on Rudolph. After years of delivering financial results, like I said before, that's what you do. You deliver financial results, you don't do findings. The meticulous. So Speid is that meticulous. I didn't see that meticulousness exhibited when you put together the Jamaica football program, but I digress. The meticulous Speid, people, I'm sorry, if you have to talk over me, I got through this now. Bless up Ricardo Baggio. The meticulous Speid turned to his true passion of football, transforming Cavalier SC into one of the best teams on the Caribbean island and a mainstay in CONCACAF competition, including a 2025 Champions Cup tie against Lionel Messi's Inter Miami. All that is true. Now, following the departure of Steve McLaren in the wake of their failure to reach the World Cup 2026 from CONCACAF qualifying, now it just says automatically reach the World Cup. That's a mistype there. Put automatically because there's still a chance. The Jamaica Football Federation looking to Speid to qualify the island for this year's global showpiece via the FIFA playoff tournament this March, when Jamaica meet New Caledonia on March 26th, with the hope of advancing to a winner-take-all showdown against DR Congo on March 31st. And so it has something here about Jamaica's party qualification, blah, blah, blah. Let's go to more on here. It says the 63-year-old Bob Marley quoting tactician recently spoke with FIFA about his unique path to the Reggae Boys interim post and his approach to March's enormous playoff fixtures. So this is FIFA doing an interview. He said, you started as a chartered accountant. Do you find parallels between accounting and coaching football? So you know me, I'll criticize this, right? You might be careful what I'm saying. Rudolph says, oh, definitely. I was a financial controller, which means that you run the business basically. That's not exactly true. When you say you run the business, that means you run the gleaner. You're not run the gleaner. The CEO run the company. You may be responsible for certain aspects of that organization. You not run the gleaner. The CEO run it. You may have a CEO, you may have an assistant CEO. You not run. I know you are the man who run the company. You not run marketing. You run certain area. You may run some area of the financial control department. You may run operations group, if that's how the company works. But you not run the company. But anyway, as I said, I'm being pedantic, so we'll go through it. Yeah, me picky. I was in charge of most of the operations involved in everything financially. See, you're not running the company. You say financially. Some part of the country, the functional component. The HR department, the marketing department, even the media department, they're not part of your purview. But anyway, some of the best people in the country were the directors. So you have to face them in boardroom. That is normally true, especially the CEO will give the numbers. I'm sorry, the controller will give the numbers, or the CFO. That's where I got most of my experience on how to manage people. I was managing people from 22. Oh Lord, I get myself in that trouble, Is you gotta be very careful with that term manage people when you're talking about boards. Do you manage your boss? In some respects you do, in some you don't. The concept of management is that you're over them, you're providing direction, you are their leader. That's how you think about managing people. Now you can manage up, that means more senior people do, you can manage down, but you're not managing those people in the traditional sense. You gotta be careful with that. If you say you're managing from your 22, you're not managing the board. You are making sure you manage the engagement, you manage the association, you're making sure you build a relationship with them, but you're not managing them in the traditional sense. They can say, well, I'm a manager of this. So when you say you manage people, and you try to equate that to when you're 22, when you manage people or your underlings, or the analogy is with football, because it says, do find a parallel between accounting and football. You manage the football team and the players, which are like subordinates. You ain't managing the technical, well, at Jamaica, a different thing, but you're not going to manage the people more. Me can't use Jamaica as the analogy, you know. You're not manage the people over here. Put it that way there. So in most organizations, you're not manage the owner. You know, Arteta is not managing the crankies. So you can't see him manage the board, because the board run the company. And then we have a CEO reporting to them. You not manage the CEO either. Managing them have different aspects to it. So me have to just clarify them thing to people. And the question is not answered well, because you can't analogize the board managing with managing the players, if that's what you're trying to say. So anyway, I did warn you, I'm being picky. Where did you find your way into football? And his response was, about 2012, should be a come after a date, by the way, people. And you're right, but come after a date when you're right nowadays. Anyway, that's me being picky. I took football a little bit more serious. I had gotten ownership of Cavalier and took the team from the 6th division to the Premier League. Jamaica have 6th division. You know, Cavaliers fell down from the days when it was 6th division. I thought I was pretty good, but then I struggled for 4 years. I needed to go and learn the game. I did my CONCACAF B license and A license, and I'm doing the pro license. Since I've started to do that, I've seen the differences in the progress that I've made as a coach. So what Speid is basically saying, he learned how to coach in the classroom. Okay, he didn't know what he was doing before. That's what I interpreted. He wasn't progressing up the ladder well with his team, because they were way on the bottom, and his elevation of the team and himself occurred in the classroom. So, and he said that in numerous forums. By the way, Speid had an interview. I think the last interview he did, I can't remember. Some person went to Teachfield with him who interviewed him, and the person said, Speid never talks about his background in corporate. I thought that was a very disingenuous comment, unless the person now follows Speid. Speid talked about his background in corporate all the time. He did in his interview. He did it all the time. Every time you talk to Speid, he's talking about his background in corporate. So that's not a true statement. So that reporter, who did that after I did an interview with him the last time that I saw, Speid talked about his background all the time and how his background translated to what he does now. So the person interviewed him, I don't remember what the person's name was. It wasn't the normal Orville or Maverick or somebody else. Him talk about his background all the time, and he did it here too. What am I? So he said, how was it that you became the man to lead Jamaica in this playoff? I find this interesting. They could ask me that question. I can tell them. I had the wrong coach. But anyway, let me read what I'm saying. I had the wrong coach. I always thought that I wasn't ready to coach a national team. We still think so. Even for though, if I make myself that trouble, tell you know. I always thought that I wasn't ready to coach a national team. We still think so. We don't change my mind yet. Even though for the last 7 years in the Premier League, I won it 3 times, was run up once, and the third the other 3 times. So he must say he hasn't come less than third in the Premier League in the last 7 years, which is a good outcome and good performance. But the quality of the opposition and the quality of the league matters. We also won the Caribbean Cup and played in the CONCACAF Champions Cup 2 times, and he did win once. This is really a step up for me now with the senior national team. The president asked me, and I thought that I had to do it for the country, because it's not like I want to jump and say, give it to me. The president came and said, we're in bad shape. It looks like it's you, and so I volunteered. I don't understand. How you say it's you and you volunteer? That's a contradiction. Me can't tell you, say you and you volunteer. You never volunteer. When you volunteer, you say, me go and do it, and in person say, okay, you do it. No, him tell you, say you it. So him anoint you, him appoint you. I know you say a volunteer. No, sir. You agree if you do it because you say him want you. Or you just do it yourself because you run Jamaica football. But anyway. Well, Rudolph, now go talk to me done tonight, How is it going so far? This week I met the players for the first time. It's probably a good thing that there were a lot of locally based players in this particular squad. They know me and I know what I can do. I know what my abilities are, but I'm being honest. So a little bit nervous, so we're just feeding ourselves out. All right, people. Let's take a breather. I'm going to drink some water for you. Come here to digest that one again. I'm going to read it again to you. This week, I met the players for the first time. It's probably a good thing. It's probably a good thing that there are a lot of locally based players in this particular squad. They know me and know what I can do and know my capabilities are, what my capabilities are. When you're in a sentence with a verb, I trust you, But I'm sorry, people, I'm being pedantic. I said that 1,000 times. But I'm being honest. It's a little bit nervy. So we're just feeling ourselves out. How many of these players in this squad that he has will be the players who going to play in March? I'm concerned about that comment. This is the first I met the players for the first time. Does he mean as the coach for the national team? If you've been in the JFF for so long, you don't know them player? You haven't met any of them? If you've been the technical advisor for so long, you know them player? By the way, people, never stop your scan. Colin Quest, you're back. Bless up Colin for the super chat. People, Colin, stop support the channel. Stop support me. Start giving me super chat. And Colin is totally appreciated. And I look forward to people like Colin and help me support that program. Man. I mean, I run deficit on the program. Man. Trust me. I spend enough money on YouTube. I mean, I make my money. So Colin, help me make it up. Thank you, Colin. Appreciate it. I think Colin also is a member. People, if you're not become a member, cranky channel, and start do more shows, come a member, man. And make it to the point where start the members only program, because someone don't know I spend like $2 and $3 to become a member. But anyway. Yeah, and as Princeton said, please press the like button. So how is it going so far? This week I met the players for the first time. People, you have to take a step back and think about this. If you're the technical advisor, you advise the coach, you have made an effort to meet the players then before. Because most of them players, them players are not professional meeting, and them players are amateur. Apart from Damian Lowe, who me and I have no team per se. Most of the players you meet, them are not pro. People play Jamaica football and not pro. They not get pro money. They not get chum change. So when you say you meet the players them for the first time, and you're a technical advisor, you're a chief technical committee, you don't Jamaica football favor. What you mean? Now if you say you meet them as coach for the first time, that's a different story. I have a feeling you haven't been making the effort to meet them on before, so you probably doesn't know the one them overseas. You probably don't know about them. And they don't care about what you do at Jamaica. They don't respect the JPL that much. Because they play in a bigger league. And all of them have ego. If just think about Real Madrid and Xavi Alonso, who have pedigree of playing for Real Madrid and play for Liverpool, who go Leverkusen and win championship or something there, Bundesliga, and go coach Real Madrid and they look at man them who have big ego and say you have to leave because you not like how you manage, like Ancelotti who make you do what you want and just roll out the ball and no man manage. You have ego. And a coach who have ego a problem, people who have big ego a problem. That's why Mourinho struggle sometimes. Xavi have ego, Xavi Alonso have ego. Ancelotti have no ego. Zidane have no ego. And them a big footballer and them a big coach and have no ego. Then put ego aside. Rudolph Speid have a big ego. It's undoubtedly. So my mind is a pro player, yeah. Merited. Excuse me. Anyway, I am very surprised about that comment. If he had said, look, as coach, this is my first time meeting the players who are going to be under my purview. However, I have met some of these other players and I'm trying to build a relationship with them. So, coach, you know, can't on Zoom call yet. I give you a roadmap in as coach. I give you a roadmap of managing an interim coach. You know, call the players, you know, have Zoom call yet. You know, some joker, you know. Me, I get upset more and more people. Me think about it. You know, have a Zoom call yet, Rudolph. You know, Zoom call with all the players, them, or the 50-something players, them, and talk to them, and have conversation with them. So we are trying to. And that, you know, you work through who we get in the team. You know, do that yet. I coach a local team, go play Grenada, who not most of them not involved with the team. Them thing, me go through that tonight. Me go through all them things tonight. A long show tonight, long show. Me there, 30 minutes in, long show. Just start reading the thing, I'm never finished reading it. Anyway, have you started contacting some of the players based in Europe, like Demar? Oh, okay, let me see that, yeah. In the middle of February, we will have a clearer picture of the players that we try to use, and then we start to reach out to players. From my background, I believe that planning is very important. From today until 3rd of March, what we can do in these days training, if you call some bad word, me not tell no lie. I'll repeat that again. In the middle of February, the first game is what, March 26th or something, huh? We will have a clear picture of the players that we'll try to use, and then we start to reach out to the players. So yeah, I coach. You don't know none I players them. And in March, you want to reach out to them. You know, I've been on relationship from now. You know, reach out to Andrea Blake, who you know in your team, or be a definite starter. No, we know that for a fact. Give me other people you're not sure about. Who are the ones that you're sure about? They're most in your team, no matter what you do. From my background, I believe the planning is very important. Right. So you never plan for Agram to leave. Or you never plan for McLaren leave. Or your plan to get the role yourself. Anyway, from today until March 31st, what we can do those days What do you mean March 31st? In the first game, the 26th or something? From today until March 31st, what we do on those days, training sessions, when we travel, the extended planning is what we do now. I'm confused. What you talk about training session? You now get them to the March window. Which training session you have with who? The people who not going to play? What we are talking about, people? What training session you are talking about? What we do on those days, training from today until March 31st of March. What we do on those days, training sessions, when we travel, that extensive planning is what we do. I can understand planning. Unless you say you're planning for those actualities, that's a different story. Open as you have training session, the people in training Jamaica now, they not play. 99% of them not play. 95. 95% of them, but unless you use a local team. Me confused. We get the man a roadmap and people, I'm sure me give a roadmap for what we do. Zoom call should I held already with our 60 players them. Unless you think if you add more people, you have a call with them because you don't know them. You try to meet them. You provide a perspective of what you do, how you do it, what you think about. Everybody if you be informed about it. And you have communicate to them the criteria for selection. You come with the criteria, even though you get beaten by some quad, me America beat about criteria. Me have an idea. No. Anyway, New Caledonians for our first match. Have you had a chance to watch them? I did see the last 4 matches that they have played. That's a good thing. But the truth is, everybody knows that just watching the games on TV is not good enough. Back up. Stop. Let me read the first of this. I thought McLaren used Y Scout. Can then they got on game one so. Now Y Scout McLaren use people. Now Y Scout McLaren same have. Boy, me confused, you know. Me don't know football, because I'm a YouTuber. Me not nonsense. As Mark always say, me smart. But me not understand the thing, people. Me not understand anything there. What do you mean watch on TV is not good enough? It was good enough for McLaren. Anyway, you need to see them. I don't disagree with them, people. I don't disagree with them. You have to go to the game for watch certain things. Because on TV not show everything. But McLaren, when they got on game most of the time, McLaren just start the game late night process. Anyway, there's a lot of things you can learn from a team by just watching them with your eyes. So they're a bit of unknown. There are a lot of things you can learn. Watch with the eyes. So when you watch them on TV and you watch them on your foot, anyway, let me tell you something, I'll be picky people. If there's ever an opportunity for us to go and watch them, we will. I know that they defeated Gibraltar 2-0 in October. I have the tape. I'm hearing that they could add players too. We're keeping our eyes and ears open. So you don't get to see them apart from TV. So I know what you're talking about, Rudolph. Anyway, have you watched Congo DR in the AFCON? I have watched all the matches, and I was there to watch one game physically. They are very interesting and are good. They have a lot of players in the top 20 leagues in the world. I think about 22. That not helping people. That alone gives an idea of how tough they're going to be. They are strong, fast, and have a system already in place. Wait, back up. A system in place. And we now have none. Anyway. That one paragraph there, just deflate your people. Deflate you big time. It says, not qualifying in November was disappointing for the country. What is your message to Jamaican fans as you try to qualify in March? My main message is that we're going to be prepared meticulously. So you might go through every fine detail, except if you know the big picture, you can't go to the detail, but that's another story. And we're going to give it everything we got. We are leaving no stones unturned. And if that's not enough, the only thing I can do is just sing Bob Marley. Don't worry about that thing, because every little thing gonna be all right. Don't worry. Be happy. Rudolph, you're killing me. It says at a personal level, coach, what would it mean to you to qualify this group for Jamaica's first World Cup since 1998? He said, as you know, Hurricane Melissa devastated Jamaica. Half of the island was hit very badly. I think that qualifying for the World Cup would give the nation something to cheer about. Because it was really, really bad. Whole towns were wiped out. That's the first thing that comes to my mind. I'm just secondary. So you might play almost like a victim thing. It no matter what about the team. I'll be able to say, okay, I did it. But the truth is, I really want to do it for the country, not for myself. Okay. Yeah, Rudolph. And I'll buy that. Everybody had to think to themselves. What did that 98 mean to you and all Jamaicans? You could see how happy sorry, boy, I'm Jamaican. Come on to me. Now I'm pronouncing age. You could see how happy everybody was. That national pride. Also, our tourism took a boost because people wanted to figure out what Jamaica is like. A lot of people saved their money and traveled with the national team for that opportunity to see their team play. A lot of Jamaicans who live overseas are in hard situations in new countries. But just going to the World Cup makes them feel proud for days and days. We were floating on air for months. It just helped the country tremendously. In addition, there was an influx of young players who wanted to play the game. They are their idols. They are their idols. And this is something that is something that we think if we qualify for the World Cup again, it will excite another generation of players. That was Rudolph Speid. What are your thoughts? We have much more to say now. What are your thoughts? So Rudolph Speid being interviewed by FIFA, because he's on FIFA's FIFA technical committee. Let me take some of the comments first, and then I go into my little soliloquy. Because that wasn't the soliloquy. Then the comments first. First responder says, Speid has the dullest persona and quick to be defensive. A real poor choice. I hope he's not the person communicating with prospective invitees. Interesting comment. What a man lie about him and the president come out and says Speid told him he wanted the job even before McLaren was fired. Cygnus Media says he had it back as cranky. He volunteered and the president said it looks like it's you. Yeah. I think he might have confused what volunteer mean. Donovan Downer says, really and truly, Jamaican people really don't love football because if we did, Speid would not coach in our national team. He would never say, never there anywhere near football. JJ said, cranky, he already told us these current players are just there to get exposure. They won't be there much. Remember, players have to be sold. Yeah, but nobody now watching play Grenada. Cranky, him and the players good. Yeah, they don't know each other. No agree about Javi. He was a coach doing what he was supposed to do. The RM players have too much ego. But everybody have ego. It's Allen. The coach have ego, the players have ego. If you're a Real Madrid coach, you have to check your ego at the door because you have problems. Everybody have big player now. Real Madrid buy stars, You can have ego with Barcelona players because they coach you the academy. A lot of them. Not Real Madrid players. Just think about all of them. All of them cost $millions, Whether it's Vinicius Jr., nobody can talk to and play defense. Whether it's Mbappe, Rodrigo. If they not get game time, them lose their mind. Think about it. The foul play them. So we beat Caledonia already. Look so. First responder says it's soup, so people only count in the second game against DR Congo. Yeah, I think we gotta be very careful with that. Because we already counted with our World Cup, but we don't make it. Curacao with 80,000 people make it over, and we have about 6 million globally. So let me go to what I want to talk about tonight. Because it's important. So tonight is about, I was reading the Speid thing, and it ties into what we're talking about. Tonight is about whether Jamaica football is being run with a strategy at all. If you think about that strategy, we'll talk about all of that. Because everything people argue about, coaches, players, diaspora, tactics, all them things there, media, all sit under, when you say the media, take the media out, and let's talk about Simon and Ninty. All things I talk about, the players, the diaspora, the tactics, the results, coaches, you have an umbrella, people. Like you're a CEO for one company or you're a board for the company. Everything sits under that umbrella. So it all sits under the federation. But here's the question. Does the federation know how to design and execute a football strategy? That's the question. That's why it means a change has to happen. Because if the answer is no, then the field of Jamaica football is not accidental. It's actually inevitable. And it's been fading since 97, frankly. And a lot of people, including Maverick, frankly, like to blame And you hear Fitzroy Simpson say the whole process of getting diaspora players, it not work, it not help we're not going away. We have to go back to our roots. Our roots you talk about. And about 98. And then the 3 English shoot them come in. Jamaica never gone away. Okay, what I want to say. Never gone away. And even then, football was different then. That's 27 years ago in the people. Someone on that chat, they probably not even born then. 27 years ago. We keep a talk about that's how we can't talk about. Right now, our qualification is hanging by a little thread. Not even a long thread, a little piece of thread. You pull it toward the brook. And the reason is not just about do we have the talent enough players. It's not about effort. It's not about passion. The issue is about the people who run the football do not have a coherent football strategy at the very top of the system. And because of that, the footballers struggle. Let me just say something about the World Cup. Okay, put all your egg in one basket. And when the basket broke out, everything fall out. Ain't no trouble. So let's reset the conversation. Strategy, people, is not a slogan. It's not a press conference. It's not reacting to failure. That's not being proactive. Strategy is planned for the entire football ecosystem, and we now have one. And everything that occurs that we have seen to date marries back to this whole football ecosystem and how you manage your football. That's why we're failing. A real football strategy have some fundamental things tonight. So you ask yourself one question. What's Jamaica football identity? How do we want to play football? What type of play we're trying to produce? What does success look like in 5, 10, 15 years? How are we going to raise money to get things done? How are we going to put infrastructure in place? How are we going to recruit? How are we going to source players? How are we going to get somebody to oversee the football? That technical director. If you can't answer them questions, people, everything has become what they call improvisation. Yeah, just wing it as I go. We are winging the football thing, people. We are wing it. We're not run things, we are wing it. We are go as we go. We have a one man around the football 24/7 and he vex with me sometimes and complain, but that's true. Because the president is absent. In every football nation where I do well, people, the structure is clear, very, very clear. The strategy defines the vision. The plan defines what you want to execute that vision. You have people who can execute in terms of what you want to do. You want to recruit, you want to do media, you want to sponsor, you want to get players, you get matches, you have logistics, you get people to run things, and then you have accountability. You have to measure how you do. And when you measure it, you make sure, say, boy, you know what? We have a process, make sure we can assess people and people can be accountable. Jamaica skipped the strategy and the plan now. Jamaica skipped the whole vision, strategy, and plan thing. If skip it, I'm just wing it. So we end this debate, execution, without ever asking this question. What was the strategy supposed to be in the first place? I will talk about it now. We don't do this, the coach will do this and him hire this coach and that. We don't think big picture. And when I ask the man who run the football, what am I doing? What them plan them have? Without strategy, you know, I'm coaching technical director, the coaching. Mr. Technical director, they had one press conference. Suppose the technical director. We don't have a technical director. We just said that. And without a strategy, you can't define the coaching criteria. You know. What the criteria to make a coach? Recruitment becomes reactive. Development is inconsistent. And accordingly becomes impossible. And Paul Edwards said, cranky, you know, tired of the whole argument. No, sir, I'm not tired. Because the football not going to win, so I can't tired. I will lay out again. So Paul Edwards, if you're tired for your, then you know, go by your bed, man, go your bed. Pass your bedtime, and pass 7:45 by your bedtime. So why this Jamaica failure is important, it's not a coaching failure. We keep everybody talk about why the coach. And I coach. Coach is still like himself. Primary failure is not the coach. It's the lack of leadership. The Jamaica Football Federation know them don't know them I do. Me and Maverick said that the other day. Final year said something. Them don't know them I do. Them I are coaching already. People, I went back and checked McLaren's coaching records. I said it's a Maverick program today. Since 2006, McCarron never I rode for more than 2 years. Bless up J. Ross. He never rode for more than 2 years. Man can't keep a job. And Rudolph Speid recommending for him. Without people, when we start up people. I'm not pressure JFF, you know. I can't be a few overseas YouTubers who are try to apply pressure. That thing they can't work, people. The local media, them absorb the JFF of them competence and responsibility and accountability. Cranky, expand your thinking. No, sir, I'm not that smart. Hey, Paul Edwards. I want to spot in Paul Edwards. I want to run the football in Paul Edwards. You guys are brilliant at failure, Paul Edwards. Brilliant at failure. Nobody can feel like Uno. Nobody can feel like Uno. We keep hearing this question about we need balance in the team. Balance. I mean, Maverick said that enough time. You have that people say so. What you have balance? You think of gymnastic this? You have balance beam. Talk about balance. If you want to go balance, go on the whatever bar you go on. Huh? Go balance in the gymnastics. You don't want balance team. You want the best players, you want meritocracy. Local players have the physical attributes. Them now get coached the right way. Me watch some JPL game the other day, people, and me say, me have to turn off the TV. A waste of time. The players in Jamaica now get the development. Somebody called me today and said, boy, somebody from another country called me today. And I said, boy, Bonnie Shaw, got be the best footballer coming to Jamaica. And my first question was, oh, she gets so good. Okay. I guess some people just have that innate ability to overcome them situation and become good. And I think kids in Jamaica, a lot of them probably have the innate ability to play football now. I'm just not get coached the right way. Whether psychologically or technically. And this thing I want to blame, everybody know I want to blame diaspora players and blame the coach. Nobody in Jamaica not get blaming people. The media not get blaming them. The JFF not get blaming them. All them are blaming the foreign of them. Whether diaspora YouTubers, whether diaspora players, or the coach them who don't have for diaspora. I wonder when them know make the World Cup this time we don't blame. I don't understand. The diaspora blame is misplaced, people. First of all, the recruiting process diaspora is a very haphazard process. Me said it's 101 time. So Paul Edwards, if you don't want you just leave, me said 101 time. They don't recruit, they don't know if they recruit. The recruiting is, first of all, they don't want to recruit. Them conflicted. They don't want to recruit. They don't want to recruit, them conflicted. They want to recruit, but they don't want to recruit. That's why them struggle. And if they were recruiting the right way, they would do like what coach like Morocco do, which is recruit the younger player them, groom them the right way, and then they want to play for Jamaica because they played come to the process. People like Omar Roach come to Jamaica and say, nah, come to Jamaica and play no football. I don't like the experience. The experience was bad. I'm asking about Whisper when he play football, and I'm asking about himself. The fact that we don't have a technical director is criminal, people. The fact that Jamaica don't have a technical director is criminal. I was told it's too expensive. But then I do not solve the problem. But you might as well get a technical director and not get no coach. Speid, take the job voluntarily. Don't take no pay. Coach the team for 2 years. Get a technical director with the money you pay the coach. You pay Haggums about $500,000 a year. Pay McClaren maybe a little bit less than that. I mean, also have some money challenges. But take about $250. I mean, say that all cost for a technical director. I'm paying the technical director. We've developed the football. I'm tired. I'm not the favor in people. I can't go on my grave and we don't get with the football not progress. I love Jamaica football. That don't make no sense. One second. Before the game says, Cranky, can you send me the JFF strategic plan for qualifying for 26 World Cup? I have been searching for the TTF own and cannot find it. I think the plan is in Speedhead. Plan not Speedhead. It never come out. It's not even not the person. It's their Speedhead before the game. It never come out. None of the plan is. They don't have a plan. Hey, people, when they were running to win the election to be the body that run Jamaica football, I don't know. They don't have no plan, you know. I cataract them team come with a plan and then just copy some of it. Then you spell check things bad and throw that plan. They don't have no plan. They don't really care. Their philosophy is this. They're under the auspices of FIFA. A FIFA run them. Nobody can tell them what to do. They have an electoral process. So make a process for them have. And for the next 4 years, nobody can tell them what to do. And them have the parish president in them pocket. So they might always go get elected. Because a very small group of people 50-something people involved in voting. Them about 20-something you need. And them have the 20-something already, so them lock up. And then give them a little bit of money, make them feel good, so them good. It's a fact. I don't have to slander nobody. That's how it go. It's a process. If you don't have a technical director, I don't know how you run football. Technical director define playing philosophy, design the development pathway for players, align this junior and senior team, set coaching criteria, define recruitment profile, ensure continuity beyond any coach. We have the whole people. Mr. This. Here's a question for you people. Paul Edwards, here's a question for you, Paul Edwards. Who review the JFF people them who make decision? Who review? So if as the interim coach, who review Rudolph? Who review Rudolph? When Rudolph, I try to qualify. Who review Rudolph and in performance today? Who review his interim preparation strategy? Is anybody reviewing it? Or Rudolph just do what I want? Tell me. Here's my question. Who assessed the assessors? Rudolph always tell us that after every tournament, they must assess the coach. So how does that work? Is Ricketts still the president? I don't know. I don't know. If the same people design the process, approve decision, and evaluate outcome, then no independence in that process. There's no accountability. Who assessed the assessors? We're not troubling people. The Jamaica Football Federation is a symptom of larger Jamaica, It's not a good thing. And by the way, people, because sports and life interact quite a bit. Give me a second. Let me drink some water. So, Paul Edwards, get your pen and paper. I'm going to educate you. Inform you. Because you don't know what you're talking about. We have beat this thing to death. I beat it to death because pressure put on people. You put pressure on people. You keep reiterating your message until the message resonates, and then people start, again, get people start take action. Rudolph Speid, let me put this up. Yes, Paul Edwards, may put it up again for about 101 times. One person have too many roles. Surprise, I know my kit man too, and the masseuse and the data man. Man, about 101 role people. No checks and balances. And people at Jamaica don't know about it. They must say, oh, you have a little bit of conflict. People keep talking about the conflict and then come with in response. I want to just back off. Make me head hurt me. Rudolph, I run things, and Rudolph not run things the right way. I'm sorry, Rudolph, but you not run things the right way. No, you're vexed with me, but I fuck Rudolph. I mean, now stop beat the drum. Now stop beat the drum. So let's think about when you think about all of this, the ultimate conclusion. The problem is that it's not that JFF make a few mistakes. The problem is that they don't know how to design and execute a football strategy. They don't know what they do. Paul Edwards remind me of McLaren. They're dinosaurs and they're not about. People, please hit the like button. If you like the show, hit the like button. Me can't type it. Me like put up dinosaur comment, Can we laugh at them? Man, say me put pressure on your own head. Me not on pressure. Me attack on YouTube, Paul Edwards, and you're here watching me. But you have JFF spy. People are enough. JFF people come in the program, and I assume name, I make them comment and I laugh at them because I know some of them. So I have to call them and sort them, then run out of this chat. Now, coaching academy is not responsibility of the federation. You look of the list. Coach academy. Well, I don't think he's involved. Is he involved in the coaching academy? He's not running the academy. I know they have a youth thing, but it's a long list, people. Not pick a copy of it. It's a long list. One man does so much role, people. Sure, surprising. Now watch the gears them too. Exactly, big head boy. Exactly, big head boy. The JFF need fundamental change, people. The JFF have a change. I don't think Paul has a head, egg or not. People, Jamaica need no cosmetic change. Jamaica need leaders, strategic intelligence, football ecosystem knowledge, experience building systems, ability to execute a long-term plan. You know something, people? I went back to our interview about a year, when McLaren, when Hogginson left, I decided to do some research because I remember having a very difficult conversation with Rudolph Speid. Remember Rudolph Speid saying I'm done with YouTube? Because me and him had a very difficult clash per one channel. I disrespect Rudolph. I engage with him. And like some people take out them short and then nonsense there. I engage him, like, me get excited, yes. My voice may get to a certain decibel, but me not disrespect him that way there. I don't disrespect him that way there either. He say, I don't know me I talk about, but me can't live with that because I criticize him, so he must can criticize me too. But I went back to the video, people, where I was saying, those of you who follow this must know this. I was saying that we need a coach from Spain, not a Spanish coach, a coach from Spain. Rudolph has this big back and forth. Me record it, people. Me have it on a video. I'm going to play it tonight. Where I said to him, I was trying to extol the virtues of Spain. And you said this a numerous time, whether the Spain coach them, whether it's a Xavi or Arteta, or Ariola, or whatever they are. A bunch of Spanish coach everywhere. Enrique, whatever them. And he pushed back on me about Spain not winning nothing since 2010 World Cup and blah, blah, blah. And I was able to point out to him what Spain has achieved over the last 25 years, including winning 2 Women's World Cup, including winning, I think it may have been before the Euro. It was before, after the Euro. Then win the Euro, then win 2010. Also, he was disingenuous in his comment because this. Said not win the World Cup since 2010. How much World Cup he played since 2010, people? 4 World Cup, 3 World Cup he played since then anyway. Right? 2014, I think Germany, 2018, France, 2022 was Argentina. Argentina didn't win a World Cup since 1986 before that. Brazil wins in 2002. So if you see somebody win in the last 2010, it's not like a long time, but only 3 times they have to win it. And then win Euro twice in the last 20-something years. They have the best coaches in the world. They have the most UEFA licensed coaches. They have a man who not even coach now in big league and win Euro. So my view was that, and they have playing philosophy. I actually sent somebody in JFF. I'm not going to say who. The playing Spain, somebody in the chat sent me an appointment to Spain strategic plan, and I sent it to somebody in JFF. And they said, "Throw away." I'm laughing. And they said, "Throw away now." I said, "Throw away." Me understand, because you wouldn't understand what I say. That's why you throw away. That's my response. I didn't say that to them verbally, but that's my response, which is, you don't even understand why I eat. That's why you throw it away. And I say, "Yeah, football guru." That don't make no sense, people. It make no sense. Now, this view that we put out of egg in one basket, go to the World Cup, and we're not going to go, we'll stop playing football. Are we going to stop playing football because we don't make the World Cup? If we don't change the JFF, we'll have 2030 with the same thing. Because people, here's what no one miss, including Paul Edwards. This is about people, Paul Edwards. It's not just about if you get some brilliant minds in any environment, even if they don't have no money, they must find with make money, people. Because they have this. They must find with make money. When you get brilliant minds in any environment, and you try what we call collective intellect, you bring it in the environment, they must figure it out. They must figure it out, people. We have not done that. We have not garnered that collective intellect to help our football progress. We have the same people, them, doing the same thing, expect with a different outcome. It now work. And Paul Edwards, no come up on the channel if you're vexed with me, call me, I'll keep repeating this 1,000 times till it resonates with people. And Maverick, people like yourself, have not done the best job of holding JFF accountable. I don't care what you want to say. You keep talking about the overseas players and you want balance. But Maverick, when I say it work, if you're a citizen of Jamaica, everybody who is a citizen get an equal opportunity to do anything in Jamaica or anything with Jamaica, and you pick the best of the lot. If the locally born players can't compete, then get the football in a right place so they can compete. Because the DNA is still the same. The DNA is similar. That's the problem we have. Similar DNA. We don't have no leadership. The leadership is atrocious. It's beyond bad. Someone no problem blame the coach, this and the coach not do that. Yes, the coach has some culpability. We have been the players, them are good enough. Yes, some of them are good enough. We agree with that. But look who make the decision them. Anybody who hired a coach will get fired, people. Any coach who go tournament with just 2 or 3 midfielder, they don't know what they do. Any coach who can't keep a job for the last 20 years, they don't know what they do. Any coach who go play the US and I get battered first half and definite change, they don't know what they do. Any coach who struggle against BVI and St. Vincent, they don't know what they do. Sorry. Since you know so much, put yourself up our shop. Then tell all the media people at Jamaica them to do the same thing. Tell all the media, but first of all, Paul, you say me not no sense. So you want to put up myself for something when you say me not no sense. Because Maverick also chastised me, say me thinks I'm smart. That means you don't think me not smart. So if me not smart, Paul, you put myself up, me not smart. Me not smart enough. Me up on YouTube, I enjoy myself, man. But me love Jamaica football. And I can't take it no more. I can't take it. Paul Edwards, me and you, Paul Edwards, we are seasoned people. We not see Jamaica work up in Paul Edwards. Paul Edwards, you not look for that now. You think about your friend in JV, Paul Edwards. Paul Edwards, you're not getting a work up ticket now unless you buy it. Okay, you can't get them from Jamaica. Paul Edwards, people like yourself. We can't get no corner and for pressure the JFF because you're JFF man, my friend. And let me say some people, because people don't understand this, you know. Me say this a million one time. Rudolph Speid was my first interview. Rudolph Speid took time out, 1 o'clock in the morning in Europe to come on my channel. So I have respect for Rudolph Speid. But me can't be a hypocrite and there and see things that go bad and call it out people. Then if you come off of YouTube, then me a waste time. Me not be transparent to the public. Me not be a media so me want to be. The media me most me want to be. If the media gonna be compromised, like some of them in the US when it comes to certain things, and not do the right thing. No, sir, me have principles. Me have way of operating. Me can't operate that way there. Me not nothing against Rudolph Speid. But Rudolph Speid, I run the football, so me have to call him out. And the football not gonna wait. Yeah, interfere with my happiness, Rudolph. You interfere with my happiness. Mr. Ricketts, because you're the only person Jamaica me call Mr. You interfere with my happiness, Ricketts. You interfere with my happiness. Because Jamaica football not go well, me not happy. It's a problem. My 2 best sporting events in life, people. 2. Let me can remember indelibly etched in my memory. 2012 Olympics. Let me go London and watch Bolton and win. Go 100 meter final. And 1997, we go Washington, go watch Jamaica play and draw one of the US. I almost guarantee it's Africa World Cup. Can't get them time there. Turnpike full of Jamaica car. I said that already. So if you have some fun like that again, even if Jamaica go work up and get 10 minutes, we just want the experience. And the man deny me. So me have to call them out. Yes, me want happy. I'm unhappy right now. Man, I kill me for fun, kill me joy. Me hear some man say work up a soup. But we are a flawed JFF, so if you soup. I mean, the amount of decision the JFF make up bad. Me can't name that 101 decision make bad. Poor. But the most important thing is these people. It's people who drive these things. When you see a company do real well, can they have good people, you know? If you work at a company where them accumulate talent, you know, give me an example, people. Real Madrid. Them buy up all the talent, you know. Real Madrid a pick-up side, you know, people. Real Madrid not a football team in a pick-up side, you know. Yes, they may have a coach who put them together, but a pick-up side. Just buy the Barcelona is a team. Them coach with the academy, them blend it with some outside help, but them learn the same football philosophy, methodology, how to train, how to work together, how to build. They have an engagement model, a different story that people. So normally international football team to me, I normally pick up team. Or Rudolph, I say in first time I meet the players then when I know a team that he might have. Because most of the man now play. Maybe Rudolph a practice for him coaching job by getting the team to play a Grenada. Maybe I practice that. Some people the line open if you don't want to call. Line open. If you don't want to call the show, the line open. Langsley Baker can call me. Langsley Baker, yes, can't get through. Line open, people. Line open. Hey, one day the JFF will ban me, you know. They're not giving no information. Me nah stop calling JFF till they make change. Jamaica problem is about the people who run the football and nothing else. And I players them and I coach them. And the reason why, because the coach don't select himself. The players don't recruit themselves. I JFF. If you want to fix a problem, don't let Jamaica talk about them fix problem by reduce crime, reduce police. They're not fix the problem. But I camouflage the problem. Fix the poverty. Fix the education system. Then you have sustainable way of maintaining what you want to do. Stop talking about your fix problem by using police to fix crime. Same thing with JFF. Try to pick up side and put some players in and hope them. Nah, man, have a plan. You don't have a plan. Yeah, I don't know about the JFF. The JFF, yeah, no, in their constitution, they have actually excluded diaspora. So them said the diaspora can't get involved. So by the way, Paul Edwards, can you say this? The way the JFF constitution is, if you overseas, you can't get involved in the JFF. Can't hold on post. They have set it up where they can't use overseas talent. And you know the worst thing about that, people? I'm going to do a show on that for Jamaica. Jamaica set up where them can't leverage the diaspora except for the diaspora money, as I always say. But the problem that Jamaica has that doesn't realize is this. Jamaica export its most important asset, which is its human capital, its people. When you have your asset, people, your asset is an investment, you know. You should get a return for your investment. So the investment Jamaica make is them send you overseas, or you go overseas by your own, go learn in an industrialized environment how things work. But they don't try to leverage you after that. They don't realize, say, boy, you go learn things, but them probably don't know. Them say, you're foreign and you're this and you're that, and you have to go here. You don't understand what them are go through. It's like you never live in Jamaica. So in essence, they're not leveraging the asset that they have and the investment that they made. Because when we go to school at Jamaica, investment they're making now, you know, to then come back and produce for the country. They're not leveraging. They're not leveraging. Not leveraging. We have more educated people in diaspora. I don't know if we have more educated people in diaspora, but I know that a lot of educated people they migrate. And Jamaica, you know nothing to people. So I was talking to somebody in Jamaica. I'm not gonna say who. And the person says that in Jamaica, but this is true, by the way. Let me drink some more water. People, please hit the like button. Half of you have hit the like button. 220 people, 107 like. That's not good people. That is not good. But somebody in Jamaica said to me, they said that they have to be very careful, which is true. I know this for the fact. Very careful about what they say as media in Jamaica. Because if they don't, they can be sued for defamation. And I've read defamation laws. And I say this, Mr. Prime Minister, you know, stop it. You know, I try to restrict freedom of speech. You know, I try to prevent yourself from getting criticized. Those defamation laws are some of the worst and most restrictive rules about speech that I've ever seen. If it's a Russia me there, let me read them. So if a man come on my channel and say something derogatory about another person, them can't sue me. Like I me tell the man to say it. Even me disclaimer, they can't sue me. So how do the courts make sure them laws get upheld? The courts will ban them, the courts will figure out a way to go with something, man. Them think they're idiot thing. Them laws that shouldn't stand up to no scrutiny by any courts or any people. Why Jamaica people not push back against that? So politicians themselves up where them can't get criticized. Because for the politician and for the regular people, for the politician, them set up the rules of Jamaica so them can't get criticized, the defamation laws. Go read the laws, them people. Unbelievably restrictive. They want to stop people from having a voice. You put up with them nonsense and going with them think they're idiot thing. How anybody put up with them think they don't understand people. If a US inside US boy, I mean they're not trouble. It's all right. If the laws in the US were about, you talk about the press, even though in the US, some people are trying to do them things about, you'll be in trouble. A lot of us will be in trouble. Those laws are restricted. So I understand what the person is saying, but at the same time, you can criticize an organization without naming individuals. You can criticize the JFF without saying this person or that person. If you're afraid of defamation laws and the implications of such laws and you being sued, you can still criticize in a very draconian way without naming even any individual. Can you imagine if the JFF, if Jamaica was England football and then if we go work up with them like a soup team, yeah, them up against the coach have a run away from England. The fans and the media would have killed them, not literally, but figuratively. Totally destroy them. They have to run, go hide. Them probably go some other African country, go hide out for a while before they come back to England. Are you mad? And we have the same people, they must say they want to be coach. They want interim coach and they want to still do this and do that. They not get no pressure. The JFF not get no pressure, people. None. A few overseas YouTubers are pressure JFF. They not get no pressure. Every channel they go on, the man them nice to them. Them go on, me see a Rudolph go on Arville channel. Me see go on the youth from Titchfield channel. We see other people go on our channel, them just nice. How are you doing? What are your thoughts? Oh, you know, we all this capability to be going around to the different parties involved. There's some responsibility born. But you know, what the if you call some bad people. Man, if you say, hey, Rudolph, we don't understand Rudolph. We don't mess up the thing. We don't figure, as Marika always say, we don't figure go away. As Marika always call people, you know. When you talk about Mason Green, they say Mason Green go away. Because basically say no, disciple of Jamaica, make a decision. So Maverick why you not say JFF fi go away? You don't fi call nobody name like JFF. Say them fi go away. All them fi go away. Them fi go away. By the way, if you don't understand Jamaican patois, go away means you need to vamoose, leave the place, not be involved anymore, find some other vocation to get involved in. Why may I tell you? I don't understand people. So when Maverick on the channel today say, why him take offense to me, what me I say? Because me and Maverick have the conversation today was very civil, you know, given how we started out before. Okay, you know, I beat Maverick on the channel, yeah. And you know, Maverick beat me on him channel and said, boy, I miss things, I'm smart. The conversation was civil. And he agree with some things, I say, but he not agree with other things. He not believe that the media, he not believe what I say about the media. But it's very obvious. Please go show me. People not show me one channel, one YouTube in Jamaica, one media in Jamaica where JFF get beat. They can get beat by some other YouTubers overseas. You know what I mean? So they have to say bad language, you know. Just, you know, intrusive, penetrative perspective on the atrocious management, the incompetence exhibited by them. Mavericks are a couple of things that are much more directed and much more, how would I put it? It bother and, you know, trying to hold them accountable, but you know, got deep. Oh, there's a cranky. Oh, you know, talk about Speid and pick Jamaica could only beat Cavalier by 3. Maybe Cavalier is a good team. I don't know. I'm not talking about them thing. I'm thinking a joke thing, man. I focus on the big picture. I look at a game there people play a friendly game behind doors. No, them things no matter. Them things no matter. People will only sue you if they have money. Give me 1 second. Buenas noches. Who am I speaking to?
Christine.
Good night. How you doing? What you have to say?
I have two you know, things to address. First, you said in Jamaica they're using the police to fight crime. I thought the police was there to kind of fight crime. Maybe I'm wrong. Are you saying that the police is not there to fight crime?
No. The point I'm making is this. You can't solve your private problem with only the police. The police is a reactive measure to fight crime. Some of it is proactive. You fight crime with more social programs to address the root cause of the crime. So, you can't fight crime with implementing measures which is trying to catch the criminal or, you know, not thinking about what caused the person to be a criminal in the first place.
For social program to work, the evidence has to show that the crime is being caused by a lot of social programs, right? The evidence has to show that, okay, these people are committing crime because of what? Poverty, right? Because we're going to go into the poverty causes crime argument.
May I ask you a question? Yeah. When we talk about crime, we talk about there are different levels of crime. It could be fraud, which may be more financial, and maybe it could be crime, which is, you know, you injure somebody, right? That's what we focus on more than likely. Talk about the more injuring of somebody, not necessarily the fraud thing. The fraud thing important, you know, because defalcate assets, but talk about when you try to injure somebody, right? That's a difference. So if you're going to say, please tell me on a more consistent basis, the rich people, them, who injure people. Just in general, any country. Tell me the people who are doing well financially who injure people deliberately on a regular basis. Not one-off situation. Kind of hard to figure out the root cause of crime.
No, again, you were cutting me off.
Go ahead.
When Jamaican people talk about crime and the crime that is affecting Jamaica at large and preventing Jamaica from going back home or whatever, it's violent crime.
Yeah, it is
right?
Violent crime, yeah.
Okay, so
before you go further, when you go to the point, but I don't want straight from the football, but keep going.
Yeah, it's violent crime,
right?
And then you are saying that the police, they're using the police to try to solve crime, So that means you are against using the police. Okay, for example, we have to know what is causing the crime. And if you're going to say social programs, then you have to come with evidence to say, okay, the crime is being caused by a lack of social programs, and here's the evidence. And you know, do not use the police, use social program because the evidence is saying that.
No, I'm not saying you're misquoting me. You're misinterpreting me.
No. I am not missing. No. I am not saying. I'm saying if you propose something,
right?
Anybody, whether you are anybody, the person who is doing the proposal, they have to prove with evidence that the solution they're proposing, the lack of it is the reason for the crime. So if you're saying more social programs need to be in place, you have to prove that the crime is being caused by a lack of social programs. And this argument has raged in Jamaica for, I would say, around 50 years. What is the major cause of Jamaica's crime problem? And ever since the advent of social media, we have gone into the reasons, we have looked at the evidence. There are countries that are way poorer than Jamaica, and the crime does not persist. And we can look at Cuba. 50+ years of embargo, oftentimes they have blackouts on a regular basis, shortage of milk, starvation, and Cuba has a lower crime rate than even the United States. We can even look at Jamaica itself, where. So
let me stop. We're not going down a rabbit hole tonight. We're not going down a rabbit hole. But let me just say this to you.
I feel like you are being reckless. You are being reckless, because you do it in another broadcast. With what's his name? Cataract. We're talking about the police are killing off the youth. Then that's reckless talk without any evidence.
Right.
I'm
gonna put you on mute if you don't shut up. I'm gonna put you on mute if you don't stop talking.
Okay. Go ahead.
Let me say a couple of things. Stop saying we are reckless. The numbers of people being killed, and human rights, I've been talking about this, was 300 some people last year. We're not talking about whether police kill people who are guilty or not. We're saying you can't fix a problem with just utilizing the police force to do so. El Salvador crime rate came down 90%. El Salvador lock up anybody who walk and chew them at the same time. Okay? That's not the way to solve something. Solve a problem because it's not sustainable. Otherwise, the society is going to be restricted and can't move. What I'm saying is this. We don't say no social program. The first thing you do is investigate or figure out what caused these things to occur, and then you try to solve them in a good way. Police is reactive. It's not proactive most times. Let me say that again. It's reactive. It's not proactive. You fix problem, not just with mitigants, but with proactive programs that allow you to identify what the root cause of a problem is, and then you try to fix the root cause. Sometimes it's difficult. And if you want to go down that rabbit hole in Jamaica, Cuba is a restrictive society. You can't bring no gun in. You got jail and them kill you. Okay? Jamaica now have them measures there prevent gun from coming out of the country. If you don't have gun, look at England, look at Scotland, look at Europe, where guns are restricted. They have crime, but they have knife crime. They don't have no gun crime, which are people more afraid of. We're not going on the rabbit hole, my youth. We can go down the hole. Don't come here and put a program and tell me, say, me and Cataract are create false narrative. When the stats are out, you're saying...
Yes, you are.
Good night. Have a good night. No, we're talking football. We're talking football.
No.
We're talking football. Have a good night.
No, but you do
you're getting nonsense. You're getting nonsense meter of Maverick people. We're talking football. We're not going to the road.
Okay.
We're talking football. We're talking... Yeah, Mr. President. Good night. Have a good night. Bye.
Good, fine. Bye.
People, we're talking football tonight. We're not going to wrap it up. That's why I spread false narrative. Police keep stringing on some people. No, but not false narrative. The numbers are there. What we're saying is that you can't just use the police to fix your problem. Police are reactive measure. I don't know why your company program with your nonsense talk. Let's talk football, my youth. We're not talk this. We go to the football people. And people, I mean, like being rude to people, but when your company program talk what you talk about, we are sell people some fast thing. When you talk about football, talk about the football, man. The analogy I'm making is this. You can't solve a problem with the police. You have to think about, and not just social program. You have to think about what it cause Jamaica for the thing, but we're not going on that road. We're talking football, people. Let's go back to the football. It doesn't matter if the killing were justified, people. It doesn't matter. 300 people dead, a lot of people. Is there a way to not get to that point? That's the issue. Is there a way not to get to that point? Is there a way to get the youth them to focus on something else apart from the crime? Is there a way to stop gun? Is there a way to improve people's financial situation? We don't see no even people who educated are rich are going to go kill people. We don't understand the concept of people. How much rich people you see and people with money are go out and shoot and kill people. Anyway, let's start the football people. We're going on a rabbit hole. If you like the program, hit like, but if you don't like it, me understand. Because we can get an idea easily when people start coming and say, boy, we are sell false narrative. And he might always do that, you know? He might always do that. And the first time he do it, and the second time he go on a different program and say the same nonsense over and over again. I'm alone for talking, I like disrespect people. At some point, they get tiresome. Tiresome people. Tiresome. And I said, never. In my film view, what black people and how we operate, and it's just annoying. No sound? No, man, we have sound farmer, man. What are you talking about? Chris, people in football, Chris, man. Chris, we not talk about football. Chris, we not go down the road of people. Chris, we have moved, Chris. You know, discussion of Chris, man. We can have a whole show on that. Because man have toothpick and colleagues say him have gun and plant gun. Stop. But colleagues also have to defend themselves. We not protect no criminal, no. There is no sound? Really? What the hell happened? You guys can't hear me? I hear you, Nitro. I'm sure people are happy, you know. You see if you're happy. You can't hear me, people. Can't hear me? No, somebody else said the same thing. DC says, can't hear me. Yeah. People. We're not here talking about no crime tonight. We're not here talking about no police tonight. We're talking football. We can't go down the crime road on another show and talk about that because I believe a human life is a precious thing, whether the criminal take it or the police take it. That's some is there. And I want everybody to have a good life and to enjoy this life thing because it's short. And the older you get, the more you know say short. To be understand it. So let's go back to the football people. We as a people, all of you in the chat and all of you who watch the football program, them, we have to pressure the authorities. We can't keep going this way, people. We cannot keep going this way. Failure after failure, and then we want to blame. Then we are trying to blame just the players. Them. Good night, and the coach. Good night, sir. Good night. Who is this? Who's speaking?
How you doing, Cranky?
Who's on the phone?
Before the game.
Before the game is played, how you doing? What you have to say before the game? No, shut up, cause.
I didn't thought. A year ago you run 2 people off your program Christmas time.
You know what? You'll get me in trouble with that, you know. You get me in trouble, you know.
Now you run a guy off again tonight. You gotta get better, Cranky. Yeah.
No, because Maverick did that. Maverick have nonsense meter. You even give me the nonsense meter. I never like me.
So Maverick is the standard now?
Yes, Maverick is the standard. Jamaica standard. Okay. Maverick Jamaica standard.
Okay.
People. 205 people watching, 123 likes me. I watch it like heart. That's not good. Go ahead, Maverick. Go ahead.
Oh my goodness, call me Maverick. Lord have mercy.
Oh, go ahead.
I'm in real trouble tonight. Like
Maverick is in my ears and my speech. Go ahead before the game. Go ahead.
Football in the Caribbean need a lot more than, in my opinion, a lot more than strategic plan and coaches with badges. I think, and I've made this point several times, I think football in the Caribbean, I think because of the demographics that play football, nobody don't believe they have a responsibility to do things different. Okay, so the funding in football doesn't exist because the people with the money, their kids aren't playing football.
Yeah.
And the people that play in football, right, nobody really is looking out for them. Nobody really cares about, if we can get 1 or 2 of them that we can make some money off of, we take that. Because it must be 4 years before the Club World Cup, FIFA announced that it was coming to the Caribbean. And I think it's a tremendous amount of incompetence. It's not a dime of that money make it to the Caribbean. $1 billion spent in prize money, right on our back door. And the World Cup, if Jamaica does not qualify for the World Cup, then it's the same thing is going to happen for the English-speaking Caribbean, right? So how are we going to develop football without resources? And when the little bit of resources we have, it doesn't seem as though we use it.
So I have a question for you before the game. Mm-hmm. So you're involved in football. Has Trinidad ever reached out to you to work with them?
No.
Oh, okay. Why am I not surprised?
Well, you shouldn't be surprised, because a lot of times we're not looking for the best people. We're looking for the people that, you see, there's a lot of patronage going on in the region, right? There's a lot of patronage when you have to be somebody that would be basically, I heard the word used before, you have to be what's the word they use again?
In terms of what?
You have to basically want to see things the way they see it. So I see this happen a lot. They bring somebody from overseas, they bring a foreign coach over, and for some reason, the coach is expected to come and understand our culture. I never quite get that, how that works. So the coaches come in and they realize that our culture is that we are not professional. We don't do things professionally. We show up when we want. 4 o'clock is sometime around 4. And the coach realized, okay, based on where I'm coming from, we know that we need discipline, we need integrity, right? We need teamwork, right? People need to make sacrifice. All of these things, all of these principles that the game requires. And he realized, well, it doesn't exist. It doesn't seem to exist, and nobody cares. So guess what? I'm just going to collect a paycheck, right? And we keep doing that over and over and over, and the football is not going anywhere. It's for me, in my opinion, it's a travesty that nobody from the English-speaking Caribbean is going to the World Cup so far. I mean, I want to say nobody. Jamaica still has a chance. You got to give them, give Jamaica a chance to try to get past those 2 teams. But it shouldn't be that way. It really shouldn't be that way. It should have been much better than that. And for some of us, I heard you said just now that Speid affecting your happiness, and you don't have much time, and you may not get a chance to go to a World Cup before. But it's extremely painful when you have children that had those dreams, those aspirations, those goals, and the people that can make it possible fail them.
Yeah,
that is a little bit more difficult to deal with.
Yeah, I agree with that.
You understand?
Yep.
The people feel them, because I can tell you, 2 years before the World Cup, just before the World Cup qualification started 2 years ago, someone in a prominent position in Trinidad was suggesting that Trinidad should not try to qualify for the World Cup. That was 2 years before.
Why?
Because it would cost too much money.
It cost too much money to what? For the qualification process?
Money. Okay. Yeah.
That was somebody in the Trinidad Federation?
Yeah, and it was quite offensive, because a successful national team could fund the pyramid of football. If a senior men's national team is having success, right, a lot of money comes in. So it was very short-sighted, and again, it was selfish. And this is the thing that I think behaviors like this is what affecting football in the region.
Yeah.
So I don't know what you at the end of the day, I don't know how the problem is going to be solved, because after this World Cup, the cycle begins again, right? And what is going to happen next?
Well, at least Trinidad preparing for the next one, because they start. Didn't you guys open it up to people who are like another generation? So you can only do grandfather first, right? Grandmother first, right? That's one. So now you've extended that, right?
You've got to be careful with the word preparation, right? Because as I said, they need a lot more than just the things that you just mentioned. You need infrastructure.
No. We're not going. I'm just saying when I mean preparation, meaning they're doing a few things to expand, right? Expand.
It's minimal, Cranky.
No, I don't disagree. That's minimal, but at least the government has just done something to say, you know what, we're interested. Now they got to think about the holistic program they put in place and strategy. But at least they have realized that, you know what, we're a little bit restrictive at home. We got to expand that. So yeah.
Look, there's not a youth league in Trinidad at the moment, and the one league that existed. Well, not even a league, was a tournament kind that had run for a longer period of time. I think maybe a month, couple of months, whatever the case may be. The bank that funded it decided they're not going to fund it for 2026. Okay, so that youth tournament that provided an opportunity for young people to play for a few months while schoolboy football is out, that doesn't exist anymore. So I don't know if we could say they are preparing. It's just the whole thing is
no. What I'm saying is that I look, the whole thing is broken across the Caribbean, but Haiti still make it. Don't have a country, they still made it work out.
Right, and that speaks volumes, right?
Yeah, it does speak volume.
That speaks volumes. That the head coach of Haiti has never been to Haiti since he was hired. For the 18 months he's been in the job, he's never been there, and he qualified the team for the World Cup. And
McLaren visited a few times, and he didn't qualify the team. No. I guess you don't have to be on the island. You have to be on the island.
I don't want to get into that, but he may have done his job. You just don't recognize it.
I just read an article where Speid said you have to watch the team up live, and McLaren used Y Scout. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay. So I guess Speid has a different philosophy than McLaren about how this should work. McLaren used Y Scout. Speid said you have to go watch the players them. Got TV alone or do it, or video alone or do it.
But don't give up. You still have a chance. You still have a chance to support.
I have a chance to go to heaven too, but I'm not optimistic. I am not optimistic at all. So I don't know about that.
So let me give you a reason why I should be optimistic, and don't mad at me, okay?
Okay, let's hear. Here you go. Here you go, people.
No, I gotta. I sometimes you need to be reminded, right?
So here comes the comedy. Go ahead.
No comedy.
Here comes the comedy, people. We have Dave Chappelle is going to give us his normal way of telling a story. Go ahead, Dave. Go ahead, Dave.
All right, I'll keep it up.
No, go ahead. Dave Chappelle, the floor is yours. No. Dave Chappelle, the floor is yours. Go ahead. Let me hear the story.
Because if how much people have here? 100 and
201. You know, watch that now. 201.
You're listening, so I'm not sharing anything private. It's things you have said on your program, right?
Yeah. So what are you saying?
Yeah. So I remember hearing on this program or somewhere on YouTube that the code didn't matter as long as the players are going to do it. You're going to qualify because of the players.
Okay. So Cranky did say that, but there's a contingency involved. There's a contingency, people. Let's say this. I said, given the people we're recruiting, there were 5 players who I believe were in strategic position. We had midfielder, we had center forward, we had winger. That the concept of the coach didn't matter. We're going to make it despite the coach, not because of the coach. I expect Mason Greenwood, Cameron Archer, Max Aaron, Louis Baker, and Rico Henry to be here. And also Phillips, that's probably 6. None of them ever come to the last game. None of them came. So if those 6 players came in, I was very confident we made the World Cup. They didn't come. Why didn't they come?
Why is that?
So we can go to them in the video. Mason Greenwood, nobody knows what the story is. Silence. And I was getting information daily about Mason going through the process. Him getting passport. Don't know what the hell happened. And he asked the JFF to get in the passport. We don't know what happened. Rico Henry had his papers after, I think, the first window. He wasn't called in the second window. He got called in the third window. I don't know what happened to what's the kid from QPR, Crystal Palace. Looked like he wanted to play for England because he's playing well, so he decided to now come. Louis Baker had visa problem. We were told very early he was the closest. Cameron Archer was in Jamaica training. I don't think they called him to. Maybe there's some paper issue with Cameron Archer. And then Max Aarons was playing for Rangers. I'm not sure he got called to go try to get his papers either. So it was a paper issue for a lot of those players, and that's the problem we have. The relationship between PICA, the JFF, and all the parties involved didn't work like it should to get those players over the line. But my decision and my perspective was based on the view that those players would come in, and I thought they were all going to be starters to help the team win. There'll be 6 players or 5 players coming as starters.
Well, there's another perspective that suggests that if things aren't good off the field, it finds its way onto the field.
But here's the bad thing about this: most of those players are in this 52-man squad. So Max Aarons is there. Cameron Archer is there. Even other players who are on the periphery, like Keenan Davis. And you want to go to Ravel and Tyrese and all them did it. People we talked about ad nauseum, them all did it now. They may not make the 23, but they all did it. Yeah, we can't blame the JFF because they might get the players them. They might do what they're supposed to do to get the players them. Go ahead. And JFF said the coach, by the way. The coach never good.
Qualifying for a World Cup is not easy, but as everybody listening know that we probably wouldn't get an easier chance than this.
So
it doesn't mean that you can't. The problem with that, they didn't say what kind of soup.
Hey, the soup get hot. Curacao hot at the soup. So hot at the soup. Curacao, we don't get that old coach with that old mind who have been there, done that. And we get that dinosaur. No, no,
it's an educated coach. It's a coach that understands what it takes and know how to lead people and bring. Sometimes and look, these are little things, little details, but I think they matter. Sometimes I listen to managers and coaches interviews, right? And when you compare them to what the interviews song like is when they come out of our region, a lot of times it's sung as though we are fighting, we're in a war, we're in a battle, as opposed to just discussing football, answering reporters' question. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Look, I think it was easier. I truly believe this. It was easier if it was done right to make the World Cup than not to make the World Cup. I honestly believe that. It was easier to Jamaica to make the World Cup than not to make the World Cup.
Yeah, that is. I believe that too. I
don't think you could mess it up, Andre, even if you tried.
No, but I think
before the game, I don't think you could mess it up. Even if you tried to mess it up, I don't think you could mess it up. It take the JFF to mess it up.
But I think that's the thing that's missing. That's the thing that's missing. It happening at the youth levels. It happening at the senior team level. Everybody had Trinidad, Jamaica had the same amount of opportunities to qualify for a World Cup.
Yeah.
And so far, you have two opportunities left, if there are opportunities, and we have one left.
You know what the contradiction in all of this is, Andre? I hear people in Jamaica like Roy Simpson. How Roy Simpson have a job, I don't know. I don't know what Roy Simpson ever do for a job in the JFF. But anyway, let me just say this. I don't mind calling him. I hear Roy Simpson blaming. I hear Roy Simpson blaming the diaspora players, and I hear Maverick talking about balance. But the contradiction is, Curacao made the World Cup when they played us with no local players starting in their team when they play against us. So if it worked for them, why couldn't it work for us? Let's say we had all overseas born players in the team. Why work for Curacao and couldn't work for us? Because them have people who know what them do. We don't know what we are do. And the people no, that's a JFF to know what them do.
I think in the football there's too much agendas too. My personal belief with football is football doesn't have any patience or any tolerance for the word I use. I'm not accusing anybody anything, but for dishonesty, right? I don't think football has patience with this. I think the best way to get results in football is via meritocracy, right? Where you are picking people for the right reasons, right? I hear you all discussing the new criteria for selecting players, and some people saying, well, why do we need a criteria? Why this? Why that? All sorts of stuff. And what is interesting is you need criteria for selecting players. You do need, but what I think, again, it should be based on whether or not players are playing in the club team and whether or not they have the ability to do what the national team coach wants them to do in that position.
No, what you're saying is based on performance. That's what you're saying.
Right, based on performance.
Yeah, it's based on performance.
For me, that's the only criteria, and that's where the meritocracy comes in. You pick the best players, right, and you lead them. You get the best out of them. And to get the best out of them, the administration need to provide the best environment. In football, they call it a performance environment, right? You give them the tools they need to perform, the right food they need to eat, proper accommodation, they travel properly. Everything needs to make sense.
So somebody said it was a cute way of excluding diaspora players.
Here's
what I mean by here's what I mean by that, which actually one could draw the conclusion. So here's what I mean by that. So if you look at the criteria, you have to play in the top 20 leagues in the world, right? That's one. That's one of the criteria, supposedly. Or one of the categories. you have to you could be grandfathered in if you were a former player. So if you played with a team before, no matter where you are playing, you could be part of it. Or so that's 2. Or you are playing in the top league in the country you're playing for. Now, this is the criteria. Wait. This is the criteria. So, but here is what's interesting. So think about diaspora players, right? Who may not have had a chance to play for the national team before. I don't play in the top league that I played for. If you're playing in League 1, for example, in England, or League 2, and you're a diaspora player, you wouldn't be involved in the team. And you never played for the country before. But if you play in the JPL, so if you're in League 1, you're a much better player, JPL player have more chance to make the team than you. But more than likely, a player who play in the below the championship in England, for example, and they're from locally born, they probably would have played for Jamaica already. So they'd be grandfathered in, like a Dixon, for example. So you have excluded players in the diaspora, cutely, but you haven't affected players from the JPL. Because more than likely, they would have played for Jamaica already. If they come from the JPL and play overseas.
So let me ask you this. The grandfather clause, right? They could be grandfathered in if they played for the national team before.
Yeah.
So if you played before and you're currently not playing with your team, you're not getting minutes, or you let's suppose you don't have a contract.
No, they also have some secondary. So those are categories. They have some secondary criteria. So the criteria is they'll tell you that they have categories and criteria. They kind of conflate them and confuse them. But anyway, they basically say you have to be playing minutes for your team. Part of the thing is you have to be playing for your team and playing minutes for your team. So even if you're grandfathered in, you have to be playing for a team and playing minutes for that club. Otherwise, you're not subject to be selected. But then they have another consideration category, which I have no idea what that means.
So when I first heard that, I went back and I found a couple of interviews, and they're not labeled that way, but I found a couple of interviews where Thomas Tuchel, his first interview when he called his first national team, and he, in that interview, he talked about criteria for selection, right? And none of that stuff existed. It was just straight up about performance, right? And he could explain why I brought this one in, why he brought Rashford in, why he bought that one in, and those conversations are done with respect, right? He respects the media. They have a job to do. He have a job to do. He have a responsibility to them and to the country to explain what he's doing, because he's getting paid a lot of money. Right?
A lot of money. Yes.
Right, and he has responsibilities, and a lot of times in these positions in the Caribbean, people behave as though they're doing us a favor.
Yes, they do think they're doing us a favor by even talking to us.
Yeah. So the conversations don't really exist. The constant smirking at reporters, at questions, at, you know what I mean? It just
or having no respect for the media, especially YouTubers. Oh my God, they don't know about football, so why are we even talking to them?
And look, some of the media could do better to it. They could do some research and ask better questions, or whatever the case may be.
That is true.
And everybody could be better. Everybody could be better, but it just doesn't have the feel of a serious environment, right? It just doesn't have the feel of a serious environment sometimes. And I'm not speaking about any one island or the other. I think the last interview I listened to, the last couple of interviews coming out of the Caribbean, you could barely hear the question, right? There's noise when people are asking questions and answering questions. And you compare that to other environments, and it's clear. You can tell what's happening. Sometimes in the EPL, you don't really hear the questions sometimes, right? But for sure, you could hear the answer. Right?
So are you saying that they're more professional?
Well, it's an industry, right? And there's a lot of money at stake. Everybody make a lot of money, so they have to be. They don't have a choice, right?
Right.
They have to be, and that's what it takes to get to where we are saying we want to go to. And we have less of a I don't know, the opportunity is less, right? Because all we're functioning with really is the crumbs that FIFA has given us. We're grateful for it, we appreciate it, but we're not going out and earning additional dollars to support that, right? We just wait until those money come in and we do what we have to do.
I disagree with you. Trinidad earn dollars. Trinidad said they get their dollars from the coaching. They have a money-making coaching seminar that they conduct to give out a license. That's what we hear them say. I'm not making this up, people. Isn't that what the Trinidad president said? I'm not making this up. But they were asking about the methodology they employ to generate revenues. The man said they do it through the coaching thing. You don't mention nothing else.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate part.
That's sad. That's literally sad.
That's not gonna generate revenue. Enough revenue to support football. I mean, we're talking about just look at what we're talking about. Sometimes a team cannot do a camp because and this might be a camp on the island, right, for hotels and everything. Cannot do a camp because they don't have 150,000 Trinidad dollars to spend, or 100.
How much is that in real? That's in real money.
$20,000. Just think about it. That's $20,000.
I saw a rich American talking. I saw a rich American talking. I saw a rich American talking.
No.
Hey, BB, the rich American. What's $20,000? John, monkey money. Monkey money. Go ahead. Go ahead. $20,000 a camp. What are you talking about? That's monkey money. Yeah, go ahead.
But if you plan, and I always go back. I've been saying this ever since. Sometimes I feel like I'm sounding like a broken record.
You are, but go ahead. You are, but go ahead. You are. Because I was called out tonight about that by my name Pauline, but we keep saying the same thing over again. Go ahead.
If you get people involved in the football that care about the children, you sit down, you get the stakeholders together, you build a strategic plan. I think you have a better chance of getting things funded.
That is true. If people don't have confidence, they're not giving money. People not giving money. Yeah. Unless you go to SSL.
You have to see where it's going, because I'm telling you, among the richest people on the island in Jamaica or in Trinidad or whatever, if they're part of it and they could see, because these people work hard for the money.
Yeah.
But they could see the plan, they could see where they're going. That same $20,000 we're talking about, that's easy for them because they control whole industries. They're making money.
That is true.
But they're not part of the conversation. There's no transparency, there's no accountability. And these people are running these businesses with plans. They have plans. They're accountable to board members. They have structure.
But Jamaica got more sponsorship this year than probably ever before, is my understanding.
Well, look, at the end of the day, to go to a World Cup, it would be nice to fly on the charter flight. It'd be nice to have access to tickets. It'd be nice to... So people position themselves, right? People position themselves, and you can't vex with them for that.
Right. Yeah, no, I would agree. I would totally agree. But
so I don't know. You all gotta keep trying, but
well, I think Jamaica and Trinidad are doing really well in being incompetent. They're becoming experts. They have gotten the blueprint, the incompetence blueprint. They have it. Can't take that away from them. Can't take that away from them.
It's hard to comprehend how what seems to be so easy. The last time I tried to have the conversation, somebody tried to insult, but parents paying for stuff and that kind of stuff. Look, you've got to earn your keep, right?
Yeah.
So whether parents wouldn't pay for it here if there's no value sometimes, right?
Yeah.
So, but you've got to figure out how to get people. The other day there was a meeting in Trinidad with all the business owners, and the football people weren't present. Football people from other islands was present.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying? Football people from other islands were present. So,
well, I'm sure we're gonna learn a lot from the Grenada Jamaica game. We're gonna learn a lot that we can take away from it.
What do you expect to learn from that game?
How to be incompetent.
You know that guy from the 2 years. No, seriously, what do you expect to learn from that game?
I told you how to be incompetent.
What do you think is the purpose of that game?
For Bossa Youth. Bossa Youth. It's the Bossa Youth game. Look, I do think it's important for the players to play in the international arena. But I'm not sure Grenada is the team you want to play. Well, if I play a game against a South American team, if you want to get some more exposure, can't afford African team, and they're too far, cost much money to fly. But find some more competitive games than your name. You can play Grenada, but I don't know. No, it's not the time to play Grenada. No, it's not the time.
So I heard somebody on one of these platforms making an argument saying that it's an opportunity for the coaching staff
to get better, to improve,
to see the ideas, how they're going to implement the ideas, if the ideas are going to work.
So you're going to implement ideas of people who are not involved in the process.
My understanding is that this is why people like if Pep, let me explain this way. If Pep Guardiola take a national team tomorrow, he don't need that game to test his ideas because he have tested his ideas for the past decade or more, 2 decades as a coach. So he knows what works.
But Rudolph say he has international experience.
Well, no, but what I'm saying though, you do that at the club level, being on the pitch every day in training, testing the ideas on a weekend in games, so you know what you want to do. If you're coaching for a long time, you will have your philosophy. You know how you want to play.
Andre, let me just say something, Andre. The coach became interim coach December 15. The coach is going to meet with players there mid-February. That's not okay. That's not okay. He won't meet with the players then, but we will figure out which players him need. We're going to be in him squad and meet with them mid-February. You're the coach for 2 months, and I mean none of the players them won't be involved in your team. You probably have 1 or 2 in the squad. You don't know. You don't plan.
You have no money, time. You have no money to go.
No. You don't have to meet them physically. You can have a Zoom call. No. You can have Zoom call. No, today at 2025, 2026. This is not 1940s and our 50s or 60s or 70s. You can have Zoom call. You can meet the players. You can meet all the players. Okay, you want to get them to know you. You can meet all them on Zoom. You can talk to them one-on-one. You can call them. You can engage them. You know somewhere in your squad regardless of what happened. You don't need to wait until February 15. So what much time? Mid-February? What are you talking about?
Well, it's look, at the end of the day, don't stress yourself. You have less years ahead of you than you have behind you, so you want to enjoy that.
Thank you. I welcome that. I welcome that.
So I would like to turn your attention.
I think AI is going to improve my life to much more than you think. AI is going to help.
No, let me get you because you mentioned football, and so Arsenal will make you happy this season.
Oh Lord! So, not playing the way they played today.
You see, again, you need to stop it. You as an Arsenal fan, you need to make up your mind. You want to win stuff. What do you right now with the way you sung earlier on, you would take Jamaica performing horribly throughout the qualification and being at the World Cup right now?
I would do anything to get to the World Cup. Because I would have gone to Jamaica games and I'd figure it out. I can't expensive, but I figure it out. If Jamaica's in the World Cup, people, I figure out to get to the game. I don't care wait a player wait. I figure it out.
Arsenal will make you happy this season. Arsenal will win. And I'm saying this. How much people are watching?
225.
I know they're going to beat me. They're going to beat me if it doesn't. But Arsenal,
so before you go, how many trophies are Arsenal going to win this year? How many trophies?
4, all 4.
What? You mean, what kind of trophy then? Car trophy? Wait, Christmas trophy?
No, the EPL, the Champions League, the AFL, and the FA Cup.
Well, if Arsenal did that... I was
not supposed to say that publicly, but that's what I believe.
If Arsenal did that, I'm still going to be unhappy because Jamaica is not in the World Cup. I'll be honest.
Well, then there might be...
I mean, the happiness... okay, let me put it this way. The sadness would have been ameliorated somewhat. I mean, it's lessened. But I still would be unhappy and still miserable.
The truth is, it might be impossible to please you.
I'm very fastidious, so I agree with that. I'm very fastidious.
Yeah. Right, sir. But Arsenal gonna make you happy this season. If Arsenal win 1 trophy this season, you'll be happy. Well, not 1 trophy. If they win the EPL or the Champions League, you'll be extremely happy.
If they win the EPL, I'll be ecstatic. I will admit that. But then I'm gonna think that Jamaica didn't make the World Cup because we have to. Wait. The worst thing, people. You say World Cup start playing Jamaica today. Right. All we are thinking about is hindsight. Why if we didn't do this and we didn't do that?
Back the USA, man. And Spain.
No, me back on my barn.
Well, then you're back in England?
Yeah, back on my barn. When I'm back now Spain. I like Spain, I'm back now Spain, I'm back now Brazil. They're not
gonna this one is going to be tough for them.
Yeah, no, it's look. I am very disappointed. Jamaica is on the We have a chance to get to the World Cup. Very minute chance, but once there's life, there's hope. Let's take this philosophical view. Once there's life, there's hope.
Hold on, I can't pronounce his name here, but he's beating Arsenal. He's laughing at us.
Oh, who's laughing at us?
Exquisite. Is it exquisite?
Oh, he's saying we won't make. Okay, DJ Exquisite.
Yeah, he said we're gonna be
more second place. That's a possibility. Yeah. Because the way City.
What City is looking? City front three right now.
Ominous.
That's problematic.
That's probably the best front three in football now. Maybe Lewandowski and they're with Lewandowski and the two and Yamal and the Brazilian. They're up there with them.
But I would say 6. Bernardo Silva, Chilke, and that front.
Oh, you think about that? I think you got to put and fold into. Yeah. But they can't play all of them one time.
Yeah, but we Arsenal would deal with them.
Well, the way our defense playing up late, we don't know what that, you know. You know what I'd love to see Arsenal do? I'd love to see Marino in the 6. He knows what to play with it. Marino in the 6, yeah.
No, listen to me. What Marino, Partey was very, very good.
Yes, he was.
But I think Marino is a step up from Partey.
You think so?
And I think so. I think based on he's scoring goals. He's breaking up plays. He's having a very good season. As a matter of fact, I was reading some analysis that suggests that he have had a bigger impact faster than Rodri had coming into the EPL.
It's interesting.
Right?
He's on the bench though. He's on the bench most games though. Come out the bench, yeah.
Oh.
Marino.
No, I'm not talking about Marino. I'm talking about Zubamendi, sorry.
Okay.
My bad. Zubamendi.
Okay.
Yeah, he's at the end of the day, the role that he is playing, I don't think we have a better 6 at the moment.
You saw this comment here. The person says it's a good thing Jamaica not making the World Cup because a lot of them probably would have to go home, give them ice. We're saving people. We're saving lives. We're saving lives. The JFF is saving lives. Yeah, JFF saving lives.
Yeah, leave that one alone. But I think Arsenal is going to be fine today. The only thing Arsenal has done, Arsenal has said, if you want to press us because you think we want to play, we're going to go long.
No, we were pressing. But they beat our press, though. They beat our press.
When the opponent press us.
No, I understand what you're saying, but I'm saying we were pressing them, and they were playing out from the back. Even when they had 2 minutes left, they still played from the back. They sticking to their philosophy, which they're a good team. They're a young team, but they're fearless. They're gonna be good in a couple of years. They're gonna be like Arsenal was. They're gonna be a good team.
They're close to Wembley. They'd watch us in the final.
Wow.
They could come watch us in the final. No, I mean I last year before 2 years, I wouldn't be display about Arsenal, but I think Arsenal is a different group now. So
before you go, because somebody else just coming, I call him back. Before you go, my last comment. What's your last comment on Jamaica's possibility, probability, likelihood, or impossibility to get to the World Cup?
I've said from the beginning 2 years ago, I would like somebody from the English-speaking Caribbean to go to the World Cup. But the players that I've seen that is available to Jamaica and how things have been handled to get them into this situation, even if Jamaica gets back the first game, I think the second game is going to be very, very difficult. I've watched that team multiple times in the African Cup of Nations.
Yeah.
And while football, anything can happen on the day, I think that team is a better team based on what we have seen before. We don't know what the current coach is going to put together for Jamaica. Not just the players, but how they're going to play and whatever the case may be. But I think it's I feel less earlier on, 6 months ago, whatever, a year ago, I don't have the same confidence.
Yeah, I think we messed it up. I think we messed it up. We messed it up. I mean, he could. Look, it depends on what players Rudolph brings in to help with the program, but we messed it up. We messed it up.
But there's a dynamic there. There's a dynamic there that makes it difficult to accept that even if the right group of players come in, are they the right group of players? And are they coming in? I think they probably needed a fresh face. A fresh face with a different set of experience who took a team to the World Cup before and who is going to give them what they need to give the team a chance. I think that it's a change, but it's not a fresh face because the individual has been involved in everything concerning the national team over the past 2 years. So we don't know how the players feel about.
But he doesn't know the players, which is sad. He doesn't have a relationship with the players. Not a relationship with the players.
It's a funny dynamic, and I don't know. I hope it works for Jamaica's sake, or for all of us' sake coming out of the English-speaking Caribbean. But I don't know. We'll wait and see.
All right, so I appreciate the call.
All right, take care.
God bless. That was before the game, giving his perspective. Let me call back this number, and then we're going to think about if I can find a number. That person just called me. Can't find a number in the people. Let me see if I can find a number. For the game, not giving us much of a chance to get to the World Cup. No. Not a good look, people. Not a good look. I'm trying to find a number. Somebody just called me, people, and I told them I'd call him back, and I cannot find a number to save my life. I'm going to do it by dates. 7/12. Nope, it's not there. Or just called me a while ago. Please call me back. I think it was from Georgia. It was a 407 number. If you're on the line still, please call me back. I promise to call you back, but then I probably should have, you know what? I probably should have. I know I can't find a number. Why did they call me on the regular line versus this? All right, people, if that's not the case, up the show because I've been on for 2 hours and I promised myself I wouldn't stay on for more than 2 hours. Oh, you know what? Here's the number. Let me call it back. I'm calling on a regular phone, not WhatsApp. See if they're around. They're still watching the program. Phone ringing, no response. We may have to nothing. All right, people. On Stepway.
Sorry, you can't leave a message because the.
All right. So in person Stepway, I told him to call him back and probably get tired before the game was on for a little bit. But let me just say this, people. Nitro, so the deadline for the 60-man squad is January 15th. I didn't know what the deadline is. They have 52. They need about 8 more. I thought there was some flexibility in the numbers, actually. I have to get that information. Oh. Good night. Hello.
Cranky, good night, Cranky.
Good night. How are you doing, sir?
I'm great, Cranky. Well, I should say, let me start off this way. Happy New Year. And I wish you all the best, especially good health for 2026.
Health is an imperative. So, yes, thank you. Same to you and your family.
I appreciate it, Cranky.
So, what's your
Cranky,
perspective?
So let me ask you a question, right? Do you think the way that we've been going as far as selecting the team with our overseas-based players? Yes.
Is it the chicken noodle soup and a cup and a small fry?
Correct.
Your total is.
Cranky, 1 second.
Pay with cash.
Cranky. Yeah, Cranky. So as I was saying, do you think that the route that we're going is sustainable?
You mean utilizing diaspora players as part of the team?
Is it working? Utilizing diaspora player, is it working for us to get to the next level, or has it been working?
I don't think. I think this concept that we're just using diaspora players is the wrong way to think about it. We're trying to pick the best players to supply the national team to play in competitions. Now, I think the better question to ask is, where is the football and where is it going holistically not focus on the source of the players or the location the players are based in or where they come from. So if one say, well, diaspora thing is not working, but what's the process for recruiting diaspora players? Are you getting the best available players? Do you have a process to identify talent, bring the talent in, nurture the talent, allow the talent to flourish, and to help you achieve your objective? We don't do that well. The recruiting process is very haphazard. And part of what we face is that the locally developed players, a lot of them are not at the level required. You hear the coaches who come in now, whether it's John Wall or Hargrimson or McLaren, they're not impressed with the locally based players. The locally developed players, they're not impressed. They say that out loud. They will give you a political answer, but they say that out loud.
No, I totally get it. But what I'm trying to say is this, and the reason why I asked it and stated it that way is, it's just like Cranky, you're retired, right?
Yep.
And your house, something is wrong with your house. You have to fix it. And you have another house, you have to fix it. And you have another house, you have to fix it. But the income that you have coming in is not attainable for you. Is not enough for you to fix all the houses that you have.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
So now, right, you can't pull from anything because it's not there. So now your back is against the wall, right? So now you have to just say, you know what? I have to now do something differently in order. It may be a slow moving process, but this is where I have to do based on the hole that I put myself in. You ever look at it?
So we say we can walk and chew gum at the same time?
What I'm saying is, I think that the system is so broken,
right.
And I think that this federation has put their back against the wall in so many different areas that they forgot how to chew and walk at the same time. So now it's just like when you're in a rehab home. You broke your leg, you're slowly now trying to get the strength back to use that leg. So you're on crutches, right?
Right.
And I think
so let me stop it. Let me say determine. Let me say, because I hear this concept, which is blow it up and start over and use locally based players. So let me give you an example, people. If your football is informed by a team at the junior level, over a year ago, we tried this with the under-20 team. We brought in little or no English players in the under-20 team. We had one or two. We used many locally based players. John Wall had 14 players. I think almost all of them were naturalized from some of the best teams in Europe, in England. We didn't use them because they said they had a quota system and then it was too expensive. Whatever should they give? We got 15 love in 3 games. If that is the barometer, if that is the basis to inform our view about locally based players, and it may not be in totality, then it gives you an example of what that looks like. So if the perspective is, well, using overseas based players is not working, well, are your junior teams playing that well to allow players to matriculate to the senior team? And we use 98 as the barometer and the example, but 98, most players were playing locally. They weren't playing overseas. We have a bunch of overseas players now, whether it's Stewart or Campbell or Busy Atkins, all of them, King, they play overseas now. Those locally based, those players who played the national team now are playing overseas. And back in 98, we didn't recruit as much diaspora players because the players who went to play for Jamaica did it voluntarily. They weren't recruited.
But I think, we're getting somewhere, right? Okay, so what I'm getting to is, Jamaica is out of all these countries that's in the Caribbean right? We're in a very unique spot that we can select players all around the world that's playing at a high level, right? And a lot of people say, no, you're talking crazy. No, our selection process is flawed because we do have players that's playing at a high level. We don't have player problem. We have a selection problem, right?
I think we have both in a sense, but go ahead. I think we have both. I think the selection may be more maybe more of a factor than the talent, but I think we have both.
I don't think. Well, the pool that they selected now, the talent is half and half in my eyes.
Yeah.
Half the team shouldn't be there, and half should be there.
Okay.
Right. That's because you have half playing and half not playing. All right. But what I'm trying to get to is this: we do have certain superior players that we want and that we're calling for, right? And in my eyes, we need to stop. We need to have some kind of standard, right? And these players, if they want to come, they'll show up, right? So my thing is this: with us now regrouping, reshaping, based on the situation that we put ourselves in, we have players that's playing in decent leagues, right? This is now when you, as a leader, rally the troops, right? And you say, you know what? Let's have a meeting. Let's have a truce. Let's have a forgiveness. Because these players are locally born, right? And I'm not taking anything away from diaspora, but I'm not trying to start anything here. What I'm trying to say is this: it's a little bit different locally born, where you can sit down and say, you know what, listen, I need help. I need help, and I need your help, right? And this is how you guys can help us, so we can get to where we need to get.
So here's the problem with the argument. The one thing we're missing in that whole discussion. So I hear this perspective that locally based players grew up on the island, much more innate to the people there in terms of how they operate, much more appreciative of playing for the national team, will do much more, show much more energy, much more of what's required to play well. But I could be as energetic as I want to be. I could give as much effort I want to be. If I don't have the ability, effort may help. I saw Arsenal play Portsmouth the other day. Portsmouth showed much more effort, much more energy than Arsenal. At the end of the day, got their butts kicked because quality matters.
But
so we could talk all we want to, but here's the thing, Deep you guys are missing. The coaches come tell you they're not good enough. And we're not listening.
But you notice I never said anything about the quality style of play. That's not. I'm not there.
But it's not about effort. All the players give effort. All the players give effort. Even the local players, they give effort. They give effort.
That's what I'm saying. But Cranky, I'm not even talking about the effort, the style of play. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is these players are already in the league. What I'm saying is these players understand the terrain, understand the can I cuss on the show? I can't.
No, we don't do cussing. We don't do cussing.
No, okay. These players understand the mess that they're gonna walk into. Right? This is what I'm saying, right? It's not a shell shock for these players to go in. That's one. And two, right? These players can work out something with the federation in order for them to now, turn this program around. I'm not saying that we're going to win every game. I'm saying that we're going to be competitive because we do have players that's out there that's playing in decent league, right? What I'm saying is a totally rebuilt, right? And it's hard for me to even say this because you know who I am when I come on this show. But something has to give from the financial side to the administration side and also to the player side. They have to come up with a solid plan because what we're doing now hasn't been working since '98 compared to 2026.
Well, the difference between now and '98 is this, and even '98 in the mix is that. 98 was harder to make the World Cup in 98 than it is today, than it is in this time around. It was harder in 98. 98, we had all the best teams. The Mexico, the Panama, the USA. We had all those teams. We still made the World Cup, right? This time it was soup. And because in 98, we had also, here's what you guys don't think about 98. We had Burrell 98. When we don't think about Burrell, we had Burrell 98. There's no Burrell in the JFF this time. Burrell was a dictator, but there's no Burrell. There's no one person there driving the whole thing and make sure you get it done and take no for an answer and do it. There's no Burrell. People keep talking about 98 and players and all this. Nobody's mentioning Burrell. You're the person driving it who goes select the coach who had a strategy and go figure it out. The JFF lacks the competence required to get things done. It's the JFF. We keep going around in circles about players. It's the JFF.
But Cranky, I'm not. But this is listen. I know that we all know it's the JFF, right? But what I'm saying is we also play a part in this quagmire. We also play a part in it.
In terms of,
right, the unification that we are able to say, you know what, Cranky alone can't do it by himself. JD alone can't do it by himself. Ryan alone can't do it by himself. And you have one man that's muscling you guys because y'all are not together, right?
Yeah, but no, we look. I said this on Maverick's program today, which was the media in Jamaica is somewhat culpable because they have influence on the ground and not exerting that influence. They're not exerting influence. So we can talk about myself and other YouTubers overseas, but what about the YouTubers on the ground in Jamaica and the media on the ground in Jamaica? How are they trying to influence the JFF, their behavior and what they do?
But they can't. You know why they can't. We all know why they can't. He was on one of these guys' show the other day, and he tried to silence you because as the questions you were asking, it made him feel uncomfortable and made his guests feel uncomfortable. But these are the questions that needed to be asked. But he knows why you're not supposed to ask these questions. And this is not no shot against him. It's just the reality of what's going on. And this is why I say we play a part in this foolishness because we cannot get together. Cranky, you know who you need to call in order to have a forum and push the narrative. Just like this is why this country is on a different level of propaganda, how they push their stuff based on what they believe in. They're like they multiply and push it out because they know who to align with to get this thing across the line. So you play a part in it, Cranky, a major part at that, because you have the microphone in front of you.
Yeah, look, I think we try to influence. I got to take another call. This person be calling me like 2 or 3 times, so I'm gonna close down soon. So I appreciate the call, Determined. Have a good night. Thanks. Yeah. Good night, Jay. Go ahead. Floor is yours.
Yes, Cranky.
Bless up.
Happy New Year. Blessings.
Same to you.
Yeah, so I mean, I just want to, try to focus on what we can that's positive. Let's give it up. Leon Bailey played 80 minutes and he didn't look too bad in the Italia Cup for anybody that didn't watch that.
Okay.
80 minutes. That's a lot of time.
He played well. I didn't watch the game. He played well.
Yeah, he got an assist and it's almost like they threw him at center forward like, yo, this is your final chance to show improve. And he looked good.
He played center forward?
Yeah, he played center forward.
Wow.
Like, against some serious, center back.
Because I think they bought Marlin from Villa, didn't they? I think Marlin's going here on loan with an obligation to buy. So yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah. So they threw him out there and he did good. You know what I mean? Like he got an assist. So that's good. I think for the Reggae Boys because listen, for me, the team was at its peak like a couple years ago when we had that, Premier League like must-see TV front three, which was Antonio at striker, Leon Bailey on the right, and Gray on the left at that Gold Cup. When we played the US in Chicago. So I'm thinking, all right, it's Bailey getting some minutes in his legs. Right now, Keenan Davis is in fourth. He's tied 4th place, I believe, for Serie A. He really should have scored 2 goals this past weekend.
Okay.
He scored 1, but he missed a sitter. He should be at 3rd place in Serie A. And I mean, Lautaro got 10. So,
right.
You know what I mean? Like he's scoring goals and getting assists. So right now, without Burrell, I think Keenan Davis, if they're serious about getting him, Keenan Davis.
Well, he has to get naturalized first.
Okay.
He's not naturalized yet. He's on the list, but he's not naturalized yet.
Yeah, we need him because he's a proper like for replacement, kind of like for Antonio.
Right.
So yeah, we need Keenan Davis, especially with Ramon Burrell going down. You know what I mean? With injury. So
how long is Burrell out for? You know,
he's out for they saying like 2 months.
Yeah, but we're gonna play Nicholson anyways. But you know what? I shouldn't say that. Rudolph is gonna pick his best team, so I shouldn't say that.
Well, you know what's crazy, Cranky? If Ramon Burrell was born on the island, you know how much hoopla they would be making about like Ramon Burrell, like how good he's doing in the championship. But like he's like the rookie of the year, signing of the year for the championship, and we was locally they was dissing him like who is this guy? Like when he played in Trinidad, like it was like talking.
I know they were beating him. They would act like Nicholson's a better player than him, and he isn't.
Man,
Nicholson's not a better player than him, but we act like, oh, we should have played Nicholson in Trinidad because we played the worst team. We had Holgate at right back on him, Premier League player and a player who in Holgate, a past Premier League player, and Burrell was playing championship, and we were saying we should have played Nicholson. This other person got there better, and you just sit there thinking, okay.
Burrell right now got the second most goal contributions, I believe, in the championship when you combine his goals and assists.
Yeah.
So he's the signing of the year for any team, and remember, he's doing that on QPR. He's not doing it on one of the
one of the top teams. Yeah, no, I hear you.
Teams. So I mean, hopefully he can forward back ahead of schedule. That'd be great because I'm thinking, all right, boom, like if we get Keenan Davis. All right, so Keenan Davis up top, Bailey on the right, and then I'm gonna say Mason Clark on the left, from Coventry. If he gets his documents, he's on that preliminary list. Then I think we got a proper front three that could do some damage.
So where do we see because Sipas have been playing?
Come on, man, come on. We can't. I mean, if they're doing that, they might as well stop all the. They might as well stop all this business. You know what I'm saying? If they're gonna try to play Cephas over Mason Clark, that's straight bollocks, bro.
We play Cephas over Gray on the left, so Cephas has that play at that spot locked down. It appears.
Yeah, I mean, but Gray is injured as well, so
Mason Clark is a good player. I watch him play, and he's playing Coventry's. They're having a rough patch now, but he's a good player.
I mean, he's a key player on the number one team in the championship. So, I mean, if we're doing it based off merit, I mean, he would have to.
Well, no, when we do Jamaica team, it's a combination of merit, but also where you were born. That's important.
Yeah, I mean, we know that they subsidize, but I mean, if we're really trying to win this game, this is what I think the fans have to do is start being specific about. If they're going to put the players on the list, then we got to start putting out.
Well, Rudolph has to be like Arteta. Arteta is ruthless. He may not know how to manage games, but he's great at coaching them and put them on the field. He's ruthless. As they get no game time, he's ruthless. If you want to win, you have to be ruthless. You can think about the repercussions afterward, but you got to be ruthless. You got to you got to pick the best team to get the best chance to win.
We cannot do this subsidizing, trying to sell players business right now, man. I mean, I could see it happening. Like. Let's say they don't qualify, they're going to go back to doing that, of course. But right now, you got to try to play a proper squad that, replicas like how we had that front three in the Gold Cup a couple of years ago. We should have beat the U.S. and we gave Trinidad 4-0.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, we got to go back to something that wasn't too long ago where we had some success and supplement that team with now we would have had, now we got a Hayden. I don't know what happened to Mayu from Rangers, not Max Herons, but
Sterling.
Who's the other Sterling? What's going on with Sterling?
I have no idea. I haven't heard much about him.
Because that would have been another person we could put in that CDM. Like if something happened to Hayden, Sterling plays decent at CDM. So that would have been good to get him. But I'm just thinking, I mean, also I seen Tyrese Campbell from Charlton Athletic play against Chelsea.
Right.
And man, his defensive abilities is impressive, even though they got blown out. I mean, you can see he had to play defense like 90% of the match.
I did see some highlights, and he tracked his man really well, actually.
Man, he does that phenomenally.
Yeah. He tracked his man really well.
What's crazy is like, let's say you put him with Burrell, let's say you put him on the left wing, Burrell up top, and then I don't know, another like hardworking right winger that presses well. We got Norman Campbell.
That's not Gray or Cephas, that's for sure.
Yeah,
they don't play defense. They play what I call reactive defense. They don't play defense.
But see, these are the type changes. Let's say you got a lead, a slim lead or something, and you need to lock off. Like those are the type changes where it could impact the game and really be strategic and say, yeah, I'll bring in, TC, he'll lock down. You know what I'm saying? Like, but Tyrese is not. I don't think Tyrese is well rated in Jamaica as he may be at Charlton or in the UK. I think, when we start playing Dixon, nobody was calling for Tyrese when we played against Curacao. They called him for Dixon. They were calling for Whisper. They were calling for Nicholson. They called for Cephas. They weren't calling for Tyrese Campbell. So he doesn't have any respect. They weren't calling for Burla Camp. They don't have any respect in Jamaica. But this game is going to be played in Mexico, and no Jamaicans, barely a handful of Jamaicans is going to fly out.
Well, Rudolph has to make some tough decisions, right? Rudolph has to make some tough decisions.
He can't let that type of stuff influence him. That's what got us into this problem in the first place. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I understand you want to give the fans what they want, but like, winning is more important than that. But it's hard when you got the whole stadium chanting somebody's name to say, sub this player in. You're kind of giving them what they want, but you almost have to be more, you're the coach, you're paid to be more wise than that.
Yeah, I heard people talking about Campbell and Bell played well against Chelsea, they got slaughtered. But I heard somebody on Maverick show talking about it today, and you just mentioned Campbell playing well, and somebody else mentioned Bell played well. So yeah.
But Bell is injured again.
Yeah, he's injured. Well, we still have Rico Henry and the other kid who played left back. So we covered that left back. I don't think left back is our problem. I think right back is always our problem, not left back. I think midfield is our problem. I think forward line, even though we're not scoring as we should, we have good enough players. We still can't find good midfielders. Still struggling to get good midfielders.
Midfield is still rough, man. That's why I don't like to see Sterling. But I think we got a chance. I don't think I seen Ricardo say it's 5,000 to 1 odds like Leicester City when they won the Premier League. I don't think it's that crazy. You strategize the right way and we get a couple quality pieces, we could do some damage.
Well, I saw Jan Wisser running against, even though he missed some easy goals against City, and I'm thinking, damn, who's my center back here and go mark this player? Because he's rapid. And he didn't play for them because he was injured for a while. So he's probably going to be starting for them up front. Yeah.
He didn't play in AFCON though, right?
No, because he came back late. He came back from the injury late, so. But he's been playing and keeping out the other center forward. So, we can't go be intimidated by names, but at the same time, we have to have players who can counter them.
But Keenan Davis can damage them, bro. Keenan Davis.
But that's what I'm saying. We got to go get the players their papers and give them the best. It's a pickup key team. We don't have a lot of time to go through strategy. It's a pickup team.
Business that's not here nor there, man. Every time you pick a new team and it's a new window, nobody's like, yes, you want to have some core players, but they lost that privilege when they didn't score. You know what I'm saying? So right now, it's the best. Whoever's performing, it would have been Burrell, because Burrell's in double figures and everything right now.
Right.
But Keenan Davis, Cameron Archer got a forward in. Cameron Archer not really playing too much.
Yeah, Cameron not getting much game time at sometimes in the championship, which is sad actually.
But it's because his teammate is the number one, goal scorer in the league. So they can't fix what's not broken. You know what I mean?
But he can play out wide. Cameron is versatile.
Yeah, he can play out wide, but he's more of a center. He's more of a striker.
Yeah, and he's a rapid center forward too. His speed is always a factor. But all right, Jay, I appreciate the call. I'm gonna close on the program.
All right, respect.
Bless up, Jay. Thanks for the call. All right, people. I'm gonna say good night. It's 2.5 hours, and you get more seasoned. You're getting tired at this point. So let me just say first this. I appreciate you being here. Thanks for being here. Hit the like button, people. I'm trying to get to 10,000 subscribers. By the end of February, I'm at 7,200 or whatever the number is, so it's growing. Thanks for being part of the Cranky Nation family. Thanks for supporting the channel. Before you leave, please hit the like button. Please like and also share the channel and subscribe. I appreciate you being here. My hope is that even though you hear me say the JFF for change, and they need to change, let's be honest, the JFF is the problem. At the same time, I hope somehow we figure out how to get by New Caledonia first, because everybody talk about Congo and reach Congo and then get by Congo. Even if they're the better team, even if they have better players playing the top 20 team, like here Rudolph says in the FIFA interview, I still hope we figure it out. We go get the best players we can. We coordinate them in a very short period of time. We put them out well structured, well organized. I can tell you this. I think if this was Hagrimson, we'd qualify. Even against Congo, here's what Hagrimson did that other coaches, not just here, don't do. He beat teams we didn't expect to beat. That's why people talk about Arteta, for example, or some other coaches. They don't beat teams. So we beat Canada, we didn't expect to beat. We beat Panama, we didn't expect to beat. And against Canada, we were getting destroyed when he made the ball move up, putting low at CDM, even though low is not a CDM, because you need more somebody who just destroy people, and he did. He beat Panama when Lambakisa scored that screamer. We didn't expect to beat. And he almost beat the US, who we didn't expect to beat, because if you look at when we played the US, I'm talking about the Nations League, what he did really good in that game was how he set up the back four, playing a back three instead of back four, put Lati in the back, but also importantly, he put Cephas in the center forward position. And frankly, Cephas should have scored and get a breakaway from the keeper, 1-on-1. So we were so organized defensively, we were hard to break down, hard to score against. And Blake was brilliant in those games. But that's hindsight view. And we brought in a coach who was clueless from day one, never put in the work, never did what was necessary, and the results showed. But all of that sits under the umbrella of the JFF, who makes the decisions, who Hagrimson couldn't get along with. Hagrimson left because he couldn't get along with the JFF. He fired them, couldn't get along with them. We don't seem to miss that. Donaldson, who went to the second round of the Women's World Cup, couldn't get along with them. John Wall couldn't get along with them. Hagrimson couldn't get along with them. Even McLaren, you can sense, had some issues, but he just wasn't good at what he was doing. So the coaches who were good never work out. JFF want to interfere. And them select bad coach, and the one who went bad, and them keep, and them fail us. So we have to put the blame where the blame resides, which is the JFF. I would say, before the game, so we will argue an apology. Yes, we do. Well, him divorced us, so we don't know. We don't know what transpired exactly. But what I get through the grapevine is that him couldn't deal with the JFF and the interference. And we can all figure out who the interfering parties were in the JFF. But at the end of the day, in fact, we know who the parties were in the JFF who interfere. At the end of the day, we're left with something that's almost broken, not completely broken, and we see what happens. This concept, though, about mid-February, get to engage with players, them things you don't plan. What you plan for? Why are there that stuff to be? The last 2 months, we have planned for though. Have a local team and local band players, but that's not. There is one objective you have as an interim coach if you get to the World Cup to win 2 games. Your focus should be as quick as possible. Get the 30-man squad. I call it 50. Get down to 30 and engage those players on a continuous basis. Review, assess, look at whatever it is Congo does, Caledonia does. Get information out to the players. This concept about mid-February, I don't know what the hell we're doing. You don't know the players. You haven't called on the players. The first thing was that I call certain players who you know. I call out 52 of them. Every day, you call one player. Between December 15th and February 15th is about 60 days. 52 players, you can call all of them and have a conversation. We don't do none of that. We don't know what we are doing. We don't care what nobody wants. We don't know what we are doing. We go around in a circle. We don't know what we are doing. We're talking about mid-February, we're talking to people. What kind of nonsense thing that? A fool thing that? All you do a show, so you don't know what you are doing. Fool thing. Me get more upset every day me think about it. We don't know what we are doing. And someone will talk about, say, like Paul Edwards will talk about, say, we talk about the same thing every day. Because we want to go work up and I think we're going to work up, I watch it on TV, I buy a ticket to go. We're not going to watch our team play. We don't know what we are doing, people. And the JFF needs to be changed. This view in Jamaica about fans now known saying on the media and fans can influence decision making. Nobody not like them name get beat up in the media 24/7. At some point they get to you. And if we have to do that, forget reaction and forget things to change. If we change, the JFF need better people in the seas. They need better people. They need better compliments, better competence in the meeting, in the organization. It was a past your bedtime, Paul. It was. We can't tell from your picture, past your bedtime. And probably a younger picture that you put up. Past your bedtime. Go your bed. The JFF need more competent people in the organization. Otherwise, we all watch World Cup on TV. We're not gonna game. We're not gonna game people. We need better people. The more I think about it, the more I get frustrated. We need better people in the seat. If you keep having the same people who don't know what they do, you get the same outcome. Good night, everybody. Good night, Paul Edwards. You don't know what you're talking about. Go your bed, Paul Edwards. Go your bed. Everyone, have a wonderful evening. I appreciate you being here. It's been a long journey. I'm going to drop some videos this week, but not on football. Paul Edwards, I told you, even if Cranky had aspirations to be involved with the JFF, to be, I'm a citizen now, so I can't say I'm not a Jamaican citizen. The JFF Constitution doesn't allow people like myself who live overseas to be involved in the organization. Now, I put myself forward. People say, boy, Cranky, I talk, I want a job. Me no want a job. Me no need a job. Me like what me do. But even if I had aspiration for it, I couldn't because the Constitution doesn't allow it. Well, Robert getting himself in trouble, when him said him thing there, because that's the JFF, they not select him. That's why they ban him off from the team. Okay, so it may be one game farmer because we have to win the first game first. So he said we have to work up playoff. We have to work up. Now Paul is a JFF sympathizer. But what Paul hasn't done is explain why we fail. Paul has not put forward any rationale why we fail to get to the World Cup automatically. None. All Paul does is protest the flagging that the JFF get. All he does. He's come like football guru. All they do is protest and push back. They provide no perspective why we fail. They provide no solutions. So let me say this part before I go. What is being planned right now is not okay. It lacks thought. It lacks the ability to really think about. It lacks thought. It lacks strategy. It lacks plan. It lacks. And it's not okay. We're not going to sit down and watch something which don't make no sense and then be silent. We refuse to be silent. First of all, we're not defaming anybody, so we don't worry about the Jamaica defame law in the middle of Jamaica. And it's important for the real football fans to understand why we fail. Everybody talk about the coach, the players. And nobody now beat the real culprit, which is the JFF. The JFF incompetence is so obvious, only a blind man like Parliament can see it. Put me in place. What place? No, all I do I get me a double down. I get me a double down. That's what me afraid. Now put me in a place. I don't know who Paul is, but when the JFF allows somebody to go in the public domain that work for them and talk about people that have their own agenda and talk about if we move away from diaspora players, we still try to qualify for the World Cup. That shows the level of incompetence, lack of control. Them can't even control them own people. Anybody can say what they want to say. That's the JFF. But anyway, people, have a good night. I hope you have a wonderful night. I watch my Knicks play because them look like them organized this year. They also lack leadership, but they might get some leadership now with a new coach and some players who lead on the field. But before I go, I want to again thank everybody for being on the channel, for coming, providing your comments, providing support. Before you go, hit the like button. Before you go, if you haven't subscribed, subscribe. And if you haven't shared the channel, please share the channel. All right, people? Peace out. And thanks. Thanks for, I should play my outer music. Thanks for the support. And by the way, I am going to be doing a show with another YouTuber at some point. We had a conversation over the Christmas holidays. I have to follow up with him. So do something by the weekend. We just talk about sports in general. The JFF hasn't told us anything. I don't think the Knicks are going to win the championship, but at least we'll compete. Good stop yamming. So Paul Edwards, you mean they are monitor if you do the last 2.5 hours and then you have to stop yapping. So hey Paul Edwards, me not want it, Paul Edwards. Me not like the people that are doing things them, So be confused. DC says Cranky already said that someone would have to be a resident. Yeah. We can't be involved. Them make sure say that the JFF smart enough people, they're my idiot. Them smart to do the wrong thing. They're not smart to do the right thing. So they're smart to ban certain people with certain skill set from being part of the organization. They're not smart in the context of getting us to the World Cup. The JFF don't respect the fans them and don't respect the players them, and we see the outcome. But anyway, peace out, people. Have a good night. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you. Bye for now. See ya. Cranky life is the best to be now. For the best sports talk and it's free, yo. Cranky life will be your guiding light by keeping you informed both day and night. Cranky life, tell them. Cranky life, heed them. Cranky life, want them. Cranky life. From the courts to the field, we'll never lose because Cranky has the hottest news. With expert analysis, we break it down. Our in-depth coverage is best in town. Cranky life, tell them. Cranky life, heed them. Cranky life, want them. Cranky life. Cranky life where the sports is spicy and where we keep the discussion lively. Cranky life, get to know the name because Cranky analysis is never lame. Cranky life, give me my cranky life. I want my cranky life. Must have my cranky life. Whether it's football or track and field, you know cranky is at the wheel. So join the journey through victory and defeat and subscribe and don't miss a beat of cranky life. Tell them, cranky life. Heed them, cranky life. Want them, cranky life. If you're from England or USA, from Kingston or Bombay, from Kenya or Canada, Lagos or Havana, visit Cranky Live. Tune into Cranky Live. Like up Cranky Live. Subscribe to Cranky Live. Cranky Live coming to you on weekdays. Cranky Live sometimes on Sundays. Pull up a chair and take a seat because Cranky will always bring the heat. Cranky Live. Me say fi tell them cranky life. Me say fi heed them cranky life. On them cranky life. Cranky life will be around. Cranky life is the best in town. Me say fi heed them. Me say fi want them. Me say fi heed them. Want them, heed them, want them. Cranky life. Cranky life. Heed them. Want them. Heed them. Want them, cranky life, cranky life. Heed them, want them, heed them, want them, heed them, want them. Cranky life, cranky life, cranky. Heed them, want them, heed them, want them, heed them.